up-to-date information on mortgage trends, along with timely news on the real estate market. The housing market is in flux, but the national headlines don't often fit local market conditions. Find out what's really happening on the front lines of real estate and mortgage financing in Wisconsin and make better decisions by tuning in every Sunday at 10 a.m. The AccuNet Mortgage and Realty Show with Brian and David Wickert on WTMJ.
When you work at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, you'll be helping us help others. There are many that need our help, and we need your help to carry out our mission. St. Vincent de Paul is always looking for part-time team members. You'll get competitive pay, benefits, and flexibility in scheduling. So apply online at svdpmilw.org or stop by Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, or 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
Ooh, you're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
A buck doesn't buy much unless you're spending it at Griffin. For just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. We'll even show you the invoice to prove it. Our only requirements, we put them on for you. Buy one or the whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin. Milwaukee, Waukesha, Fort Atkinson, and Jefferson. Griffin. The buck stops here. The deals on tires don't. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers. From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after, an in-depth recap of every Bucks game in 6 minutes. No more, no less. Bucks in 6 provides game recaps for every game. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis.
Puts it on the floor, spins down the lane, and plunges it through.
Or the deep threes from Dame.
Dame time has arrived with 107.
Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Church and Chapel Funeral Homes. Dignified services with less expensive fees compared to other fine funeral homes. Church and Chapel Funeral Homes. There's one near you.
Built Right Furniture, Leather, and Mattress.
You gotta get to Built Right today.
Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
6 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. It's Wednesday, January 22nd. Our top story, the battle over birthright citizenship begins.
I'm Erik Bilstad. New fires in SoCal.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. Everything's looking great out on the roads right now. Light volume, full freeway speeds, no incidents. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The warm-up is on. Could see some scattered snow showers today. Less than an inch of accumulation and a high of 24 degrees. Tonight, snow early, then clearing late with a low down to 13. Right now, we're at 4 with a wind chill of 16 below. And that's better. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a federal courtroom in Seattle set to hear the first challenge against President Trump's attempt to stop constitutionally enshrined birthright citizenship.
President Donald Trump's controversial executive order on birthright citizenship will face its first legal test on Thursday morning. A federal judge in Seattle, nominated to the bench by Ronald Reagan, will consider a request made by 4 states to block Trump's executive order to refuse to recognize the U.S.-born children of undocumented immigrants. Trump has already been sued 5 times by a combined 22 states and 2 cities over the executive order. Peter Harwell-Ambus, ABC News, New York.
Wisconsin among the states citing filing suit against President Trump's attempt to end this practice. The state says the executive order violates the 14th Amendment of the Constitution.
As the Trump administration looks to expel thousands of undocumented migrants from the U.S., there is a possibility the National Guard could be utilized in Wisconsin. Dodge County Sheriff Dale Schmidt tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News his office is not authorized to conduct any detainment of individuals, but says national agencies will be able to do so.
So I don't have the authority to go into the community and say, you're here illegally, I'm picking you up and taking you to be deported. I don't have that ability to do that. And no sheriff, no police department, none of us can do that. We need to have ICE there to serve that immigration warrant, civil warrant on them.
Schmidt says regardless of whether a criminal has citizenship or not, laws must be upheld.
Felony charges now filed in connection with the Milwaukee Christmas Day double murder.
19-year-old Quintaris Morris and 18-year-old Jeremiah Taylor, Each face 2 counts of first-degree reckless homicide for shooting 2 teenagers in a car near 37th and Scott on Milwaukee's southwest side. 15-year-old Exiel Rivera died at the scene, and 18-year-old Naya Vasquez died in the hospital. Morris has been arrested, but police are still searching for Taylor. You can see his photo on our website, WTMJ.com. Sean Brenda, WTMJ News.
Meanwhile, after months of investigations and staff shortages, the town of Waterford is disbanding its police department.
The town board didn't need much time to discuss the matter Monday, moving in and out of closed session in just minutes before the deciding vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The department has been short several officers after multiple misconduct investigations launched by the town board last year.
The town has a decision to make.
In November, Racine County Sheriff Christopher Schmeling said his department could provide the town of 6,500 a much-needed service.
I have a way of providing a better service to you at a better price.
Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Strong Santa Ana winds fueling 2 new brush fires near San Diego now. One of the fires prompting evacuations as it grew to 85 acres, now 50% contained. Firefighters were able to fully contain the other fire. Folks who live nearby grateful there's been little damage, but some suspicious of how these fires started.
It was just like a whirlwind of embers, like taller than that tree, just like blowing through here.
We always have wind, and where those fires started, there were no power lines. A fire has to be ignited somehow or another.
Meanwhile, 2 major fires still burning in the Los Angeles area.
People on the Gulf Coast digging on after an unprecedented winter storm. Beaches in Alabama blanketed in snow. Louisiana sending out its first ever blizzard warnings. New Orleans shattering its one-day snowfall record with more than 8 inches. The French Quarter buried in snow.
The tour guide swore that it wasn't going to snow, and if it snowed, there's no way it was going to stick. As soon as it hit the ground, it was going to melt, and so I guess he was wrong.
Yeah, it sure
Guess so.
Sounds like it.
Store Team 4 meteorologist Tyler Morris says we will have some warmer weather here in southeast Wisconsin, and that will bring an elevated chance for snow showers through the day.
There are going to be pockets of scattered snow showers, mainly through the mid to late morning hours, even into this afternoon. It's not going to be an all-day snow, but pockets of snow showers could lead to a trace to maybe under an inch of snowfall for most of the area all the way into this evening. So watch out for some slippery spots as we roll through the day today.
Coming up, a stunning about face in Britain.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 6:05.
Celebrate the new year with 0% interest for up to 3 years at PellaWI.com.
And now it's time for everyone's favorite game, Response in Wisconsin. Guess the most popular responses from Wisconsinites. Okay, here we go. What's your least favorite thing about winter in Wisconsin? Gina Della from Pella.
Let me guess. Frozen toes? Oh, I know. Driving alongside bumper cars every time it snows. And then scrambling to find someone to watch your kids because they're school clothes. Yay! Let's face it, this is just the time of the year when we just want to all be warm and snuggly at home. And Pella helps make your home as beautiful on the outside as it is comfortable on the inside. With inviting doors to let friends and family in and beautiful energy-efficient windows to keep the cold out. Pella Windows and Doors is the best choice to make your home just right. Celebrate the new year with 0% interest for up to 3 years.
Thanks for playing Response in Wisconsin.
Hurry! You only have until January 31st to get 0% interest for up to 3 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply.
The legendary music of Pink Floyd as you've never heard before. Live in concert with the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra. Featuring conductor Brent Havens and vocalist Randy Jackson. Including a full rock band. Friday, February 7th at the Riverside Theater. Tickets on sale now at BabsTheaterGroup.com.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzik. Have you been to the Hounds and Tap yet? In Menominee Falls, this state-of-the-art facility and the ultimate hangout for hounds and humans. Grab a drink at the indoor-outdoor tavern, let your dogs hang out. You can even book professional grooming services, from pedicures to full spa treatments. Every day is a play day at the Hounds and Tap. Hang out with your dog and others, or drop your dog off for doggy daycare or doggy boarding services. Check out thehoundsandtap.com. That's thehoundsandtap.com.
Traffic is brought to you by Rejuvenix, your non-surgical joint therapy experts.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 6:07.
We'll CC you in the Hall of Fame. Sports at 6:15.
4 suspects are under arrest accused of burglarizing the home of an NFL quarterback and allegedly the homes of other star athletes as well. A story we've been following closely here. ABC's Andrew Dimber.
Cincinnati Bengals star Joe Burrow was playing in Dallas last month when police say his bedroom window was shattered, his home ransacked. The break-in coming after several other high-profile athletes were victimized in similar burglaries, including Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. Detectives were investigating whether a South American crime ring was responsible. Now, 4 Chilean nationals face charges in connection with the Burrow burglary. Police say the men are in the country illegally and are suspected of being behind a string of burglaries of multi-million-dollar homes.
Meanwhile, a new police report regarding a burglary at Bucks forward Bobby Portis's home last November is expected to be released on Friday, barring any objections from the River Hills Police Department.
Dramatic turn of events in Britain. It was minutes before his privacy trial was supposed to open a day late. Lawyers for Prince Harry announced that an out-of-court settlement has been reached.
A lawyer for Rupert Murdoch's News Group newspapers has just said it offers a full and unequivocal apology to the prince, quote, for the phone hacking, surveillance, and misuse of private information by journalists and private investigators instructed by them. An admission, then, that the invasions that the prince said blighted his life from his teenage years onwards did take place. Vicki Barker, CBS News.
Coming up, it is the state of this, that, and the other season, and we got first one tonight, 6:09 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
I know, it's here. It's January. WTMJ's John Mercure here. If you have the January blues, brighten up your day with a free prime rib dinner tonight at the historic Fox and Hound Supper Club, voted the best supper club in the area. When you buy one prime rib dinner, you get a second prime rib dinner free. Or order anything on the menu, your second dinner is always free. Desserts and those huge ice cream drinks. Buy one, get one free. Sip on an old-fashioned, a Manhattan, a bourbon, or choose from over 100 wines on a brand-new wine list. The Fox and Hounds is in the heart of the Kettle Moraine Forest. It is truly a one-of-a-kind gem. The holiday decorations are still up. Check them out. Thousands of lights, Christmas characters. It is a must-see, and those 7 wood-burning fireplaces will keep you warm and cozy on a cold January night. Just off Highway 167, 2 miles east of the famous Holy Hill Shrine. The drive is beautiful. The restaurant is spectacular this time of year. Enjoy your free prime rib dinner tonight. Reserve at foxandhoundsrestaurant.com. It's the famous Fox and Hounds.
6:10, let's get a first look at the morning drive. Debbie.
Okay, well, a lot better than yesterday, that's for sure. We do still have a couple of broken down vehicles, but overall, not bad. Volume is light, and speeds are pretty much standard. I'm Debbie Lazigo with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Breezy and cold this morning with wind chills still below zero. This afternoon, we'll see high temperatures climb into the lower 20s. Throughout the day, also the chance for some scattered snow showers and dusting up to an inch of light, fluffy snow. Tonight, that snow ends early, clearing late. Low temperatures falling into the lower teens. Thursday, partly cloudy and chilly with the breeze out of the northwest. High temperatures near 20. Lower 20s on Friday with mostly sunny skies. A weak system passes to the north on Saturday. That will help push our high temperatures into the mid-30s with mostly cloudy skies and the chance for a few flurries. Then on Sunday, mostly sunny skies with high temperatures in the upper 20s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Right now, Milwaukee at 4 degrees.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Vince Vitrano and Erik Bilstad.
Coming up on 6:12 on this Wednesday morning, tonight in Madison, strike up the UW Band.
Happening today on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Yes, Governor Tony Evers set to deliver his State of the State address live at the Wisconsin State Capitol.
Oh, my God.
Now, it's true, 7 p.m. in the Assembly Chambers.
I am jazzed as hell.
You bet he is. The governor's office sharing the speech will focus on the pressing issues facing Wisconsinites and their families.
Jazzed as hell.
Including lowering out-of-pocket costs for working Wisconsinites and families, supporting kids in public schools, bolstering efforts to keep our kids, schools, streets, and communities safe, expanding access to mental and behavioral health care, addressing the state's looming child care crisis, and building an economy that works for everyone.
I am jazzed as hell.
You know, those are all different cuts, by the way. The multiple occasions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the State of the State address tonight.
So do you anticipate some major policy announcements that would be included in his budget proposal, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah, that's typical. And the budget proposal, I'll get to that in a minute because that's a separate speech.
Correct.
So more specifics. These are, broad themes, whatnot. But yeah, you would expect major initiatives. I believe he's already floated the idea of an Office of Violence Prevention for the state. You would expect that to come up. Sure to also be on your State of the State address bingo card, I would expect.
So, you're darn right. We've been fixing the damn roads.
I think that was actually from last year's State of the State, right?
I swear he does it just to troll you.
For sure. Probably can count on...
Holy mackerel, folks.
Okay.
Let's get to work.
At least one holy mackerel, maybe more. On the substance, this year, when you have not only the State of the State, but to follow, as you kind of suggested here, the biennial budget address. Wisconsin only does a budget every 2 years. So tonight will be big picture.
How about that?
In February, you have the budget address, so we get everybody back together and kind of do it again. But the budget address, less pomp and circumstance, typically more of your meat and potatoes. But yeah, he will allude to some of those larger themes.
So the UW Marching Band won't play at that speech, but will be there tonight likely.
And a custom dating back to I don't know how long. I covered, I think it was Governor Thompson's last State of the State, or one of his final, where he did it. So I know that it was happening at least in the Thompson administration, but the governor, at least since and perhaps even before, closes the address in this way.
UW Marching Band, take it away.
Out they come, everybody chants, they stand up.
And they still have to close the night, too. Like, so someone still has to gavel out at the end while the band is just going nuts.
Right, the trombones running across the desk. Governor's State of the State address, 7 p.m. tonight.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Outdoor Living Unlimited. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
Vince Vitrano here for Johnson & Sons Paving. Potholes, cracked pavement, about to get worse on you. The freeze-thaw cycle is undefeated. It was in the 40s last week, Friday, and then we were well below zero. You know you need the work done. Your home walkway, maybe it's your driveway or commercial parking lot. It's all busted up. Let's get this local family-owned company over there for a free quote. And here's what you get. We mitigate landmines in your budget and schedule. We don't play the low bid, high actual cost game. We are honest and reliable. If you got to have the work done, aren't these the kind of folks you want to work with? Plenty of Johnsons over there, no subcontractors, asphalt and concrete. JohnsonandSonsPaving.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
He pitched in the major leagues for 19 years. He won more than 250 games, threw more than 3,000 strikeouts. And 3 months of all of that was with your Milwaukee Brewers. CC Sabathia is headed to the Hall of Fame. A first balloter as he got the call.
CC, hi. This is Jack O'Connell with the Baseball Writers Association of America.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, and you'll be doing fine, too, in about 2 seconds. The writers have elected you to the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, that's how it sounded on the MLB Network. Sabathia getting 80% or 86% of the vote to be a first balloter Hall of Fame. Also getting in Ichiro Suzuki and closer Billy Wagner. Sabathia made 17 starts for the Crew in 2008.
That's it?
17 starts, 7 complete games, 3 shutouts. He pitched every other day, it seemed like.
Yeah.
He almost had a no-hitter. He should have had one. There's one. I remember Ned Yost getting all fired up about that. He told WTMJ last year he has such fond memories of his time here in Brew City.
Mike Cameron and Ricky Weeks and Prince Fielder, Billy Hall. Those are still some of my closest friends to this day.
So coming up at 6:40, we'll take a look back at that one night that he clinched. That game at then Miller Park, sending the Crew back to the playoffs for the first time in, 26 years. As far as Ichiro Suzuki goes, a near unanimous first balloter. One writer voted against it. One. And I would love to know who that is. I don't know how you would vote against Ichiro to go into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, well, I don't do what all these other guys do. Yeah,
some curmudgeon you write.
It's the first time. I mean, you can't be unanimous.
Pining for some 1938 Red Sox player who didn't get. Well, he had very similar numbers. He's not in.
Not everyone can get unanimous.
Marquette back home Friday to play Villanova on the road Tuesday night. Took care of business against Seton Hall.
Yeah, still dribbling, and now in the corner to Ben Gold. He'll drive on a ring. He stuffed it. Oh, that was a little Chase Ross move.
Homer and Tony Smith on the call. 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. Ben Gold just enough ups to throw that one down. 11 points on the night. Cam Jones chipped in 19. The number 10 Marquette taking down the Pirates 76-59. Confirmed. As we first reported Tuesday on Wisconsin's Morning News, Mike Broker promoted to Vice President and Director of Athletics at Marquette. More than 21 years at MU in support roles, Broker takes over for the retiring Bill Scholl. Will be officially announced at a news conference tomorrow. UWM at Wright State for a 6 p.m. tip tonight. You can hear that game on 101.7 The Truth. And the Badgers' 7-game winning streak snapped on the West Coast. A battle, but just short for Bucky. Wisconsin falls to UCLA 85-83. Badger Sports Updates, sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more.
I'm Libby Collins. This week on WTMJ Conversations, we're joined by Milwaukee Fire Chief Aaron Lipsky and Lieutenant Jonathan Belot. They talk about a program that's been developed to help those addicted to drugs.
We cannot do anything about this problem if the person dies. We have to keep the person alive.
WTMJ Conversations, Sunday mornings at 11 on WTMJ.
From my family and myself, I would like to say thank you to Gruber Law Offices for taking such good care of us.
I would say thank you because you were so human and so much of a friend during the whole process.
I'm super grateful for them representing me and doing all that they did for me.
I would just say thank you for making me feel better.
That's why I'm here, to say thank you, thank you, thank you.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Accidents don't take holidays, but with Ortho Live, I've got you covered. Vince Vitrano here. What I mean was actually my medical team at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin has you covered. You know, you can visit an Ortho ASAP clinic every day of the week, but if you've got an injury after hours or a holiday and it can't wait till morning, Ortho Live is yet another option. You go to orthowisconsin.com, top of the page, you see a banner that reads, needs to be seen now. If that's you, you click Get Started, and you set up a virtual visit. Ortho Live here to provide peace of mind and guidance when you need it most. No appointment necessary at OAW walk-in clinics with hours 7 days a week. Book an appointment or set up one of those virtual visits online anytime at orthowisconsin.com.
Stop in and load up on great everyday essentials at Fleet Farm Stock-Up Sale, January 16th through the 29th. 40-pound bags of Morton Water Softener Salt are just $5.99. Superior hardwood fuel pellets are on sale for $5.49 a bag. And don't forget your backyard friends. 40-pound bags of black oil sunflower seed are just $14.99. Be sure to stock up on all your everyday favorites, all at the best prices, guaranteed, at Fleet Farm Stock-Up Sale.
Checking in with Debbie here at 6:21.
All right, pretty quiet ride across the entire area. Nothing major to slow you down. We've got full freeway speeds and no incidents to report. That's your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast considerably warmer today. High of 24 degrees with some scattered snow showers. Could see a little accumulation, though less than an inch. Snow early tonight, clearing out late with a low down to 13. Partly cloudy on Thursday. Thursday's high just 20 degrees, 23 on Friday under mostly sunny skies. And looking ahead to the weekend, high of 36 on Saturday under mostly cloudy skies with a chance of some flurries and mostly sunny on Sunday. Sunday's high 28. Right now our air temperature at 6 with wind chills in the double digits below zero.
Interesting comments you made earlier today. We saw a graphic on one of the TV channels this morning that said the first 100 days of President Trump's presidency here. And you're like, well, what about the first 100 hours? It seems like there's a lot happening and more happening today.
Happening today.
Yep. So today, federal DEI employees are being placed on leave. Their jobs and the work they're doing eliminated.
President Trump's Office of Personnel Management says federal employees working on diversity, equity, and inclusion programs are to be gone by the close of business today, on the way to being laid off. It follows Trump's executive order to rescind all DEI efforts within the federal government. DEI contracts are being canceled.
That's CBS correspondent Michael Toscano there. So Trump is also going to direct attorney generals and the Attorney General's office to come up with plans to deter the private sector from adopting or continuing any DEI programs. And we've seen that. A lot of companies are already starting to lean away from the programs or have cut them moving forward. President Trump also making waves as he gets underway in his term. Executive orders, of course. Some are already getting challenged. Among those getting legal looks is the birthright citizenship executive order, which is automatically giving someone citizenship if they're born here in the U.S. That's being challenged now by the White House. They say, no, that should not happen.
Birthright citizenship has been the 14th Amendment. It's been a longstanding practice for, well over 100 years. And that is actually already being challenged by the ACLU and just hours after that announcement. So that's going to be a major legal challenge.
Dr. Paul Nolad is with the Les Aspin Center for Governors, and he joined Wisconsin's Afternoon News. And he's not wrong. So Trump has already been sued 5 times by a combined 22 states and 2 cities over this specific executive order. So lots of people, including Wisconsin, among those filing lawsuits against the birthright citizenship. So what's going to happen with this executive order then?
The litigation that he's inviting with this, and that those that help put those executive orders are provoking, mean that it could be months, if not years, before some of these executive actions are ever enforced, or months or years before they're completely canceled out by courts.
Which actually could be all he's trying to do here. The White House, either way, this could likely potentially prevent or deter the idea of being able to come. So all of this attention and the vagueness of what could happen could potentially prevent someone from trying to get here to have a child and raise them with dual citizenship or American citizenship.
Be interesting to see the legal play from the government, because the government position now will be Trump's position, right, as it's as they litigate these lawsuits. I have contended that it won't be that we're trying to change the Constitution, that their argument will be, they always point to Section 1 of the 14th Amendment, which begins, all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and the state wherein they reside. This jurisdiction thereof may be that phrase that they take out. And, well, do we have jurisdiction over someone who is the son or daughter of foreign nationals? Right. Like, does that count? So the legalese that will play out is going to get into the weeds, but I expect that's how they'll approach it from Trump's standpoint.
Heard that report earlier there from CBS correspondent Ed O'Keefe. So then President Trump's now moving on to tariffs. His threat to swiftly impose a 10% duty on imports from China has met with an equally swift response from Beijing. They're responding to this potential talk.
China has vowed to defend its national interests against any tariff threats, with a foreign ministry spokeswoman repeating Beijing's line that there are no winners in a trade war or a tariff war. During President Trump's first term, China retaliated against the U.S. tariffs by imposing its own on American-made goods, so that could happen again. Vicki Barker, CBS News.
There is a lot of wait and see in the tariff world at the moment. This wasn't a day one thing, as many people thought. There could be some waiting this out to see what happens next and who blinks first, or maybe they won't even do the tariffs. We'll see. A long way to go on that one. And then, of course, we got to get to this. The drones.
The drones.
The New Jersey drones.
All gone.
No, apparently still out there. Drone ban was issued in December, you may remember, but new data shows there are still sightings, 36 sightings the first week of January. All right, most of them in the New Jersey area, so it is an actual thing that's still becoming an issue. So, of course, Trump said he was going to take care of this, right? We'll get rid of the drones. So he was asked about it in the Oval Office. What's the deal with the drones?
I would like to find out what it is and tell the people.
And can you commit to some kind of...
In fact, I'd like to do that. Could we find out what that was, Susie? Okay? Yeah, why don't we find out immediately? I mean, I can't imagine it's an enemy, or there would have been, people would have gotten blown up all over. Maybe they were testing things. I don't know why they wouldn't have said what it was. They had a lot of them flying over Bedminster, which is interesting, right?
Yeah, it is interesting.
It's his property, his golf course, right?
Now, the Biden administration had assured the public the sightings were not a threat, saying, hey, it's just hobbyist drones, commercial airplane stars, et cetera, but they said they'll still look into it, so we'll see what the buzz is in New Jersey. Apparently, the sightings starting to bump up again.
He was referring to Susie. Susie's going to look into that. His chief of staff.
Yeah, his new chief of staff.
Susan Wiles.
Yep.
Yeah, let's just look into that over there. Yeah.
Take care of that.
All right, sir. We'll get on top of that then. News about your money this morning. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Everyone was wondering how would the markets respond. Remember, they were closed on day one of the Trump presidency. Open after the holiday, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average climbed 540 points to 44,026. The NASDAQ at 19,757. That was up more than 0.5%. And the S&P 500 back above 6,000 at 6049, up 53 points on the day. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here for Shopco Optical, talking with Dr. Angelina Popovic about something we all deal with, digital eye strain.
Digital eye strain affects us all today. We are all on social media devices, such as computers, e-readers, and telephones. Blue light that emits from those devices can really produce different visual problems. Sometimes when we utilize our digital devices for a period of time, you can experience headaches, fatigue, blurry vision, halos. Things can be associated with dryness as well. Digital eye fatigue can also impair your head and neck. It can produce a stiff neck. You can obtain a headache. And so utilizing your media devices, it's great, but you might also experience some side effects that you'll need to talk to your optometrist about.
So, doctor, what can we do to reduce that digital eye strain?
Decreasing the brightness of your screen, that's number one. Also being mindful of the surrounding lighting situation within your space, such as minimizing the overhead light. Place your computers arm's length, but a little bit down, like 2 to 3 inches down, so that it's not directly in front of you. Take breaks when you're utilizing your devices, such as computers, iPhone, tablets, e-readers. Every 20 minutes, look 20 feet away for 20 seconds. Utilize glasses that both have UV as well as the blue light protection, so it minimizes any chances of digital eye fatigue or strain. There are great lenses by Zeiss that we do sell it here at Shopco Optical. Contact lenses have evolved, and Johnson & Johnson just came out with a contact lens called AccuView Oasis Max that helped protect from the UV light and Blu-ray light as well. If you're experiencing digital eye strain, please partner with one of our Shopco Optical optometrists so that we can talk to you about the various symptoms that you're experiencing and provide you solutions to help alleviate those.
Shopco Optical, dozens of locations in Southeast Wisconsin. Learn more or book an appointment with the experts at shopco.com.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. 90,000 power outages reported right now from Texas to Florida. That's one result of the historic winter storm that's frozen the southeastern U.S. Another result, more than 3,500 flight cancellations over the last 2 days. It shut major airports.
The hardest hit of the airports was Bush Intercontinental in Houston, where passenger Donnie Ray was desperate to get to the Northeast to visit a sick friend.
I want to be in Baltimore for my friend. I told her I'd be there. I made a promise. I got to get there.
Houston's major airports will reopen this morning after parts of the city saw 4 inches of snow, the most since 1960. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Dallas.
President Donald Trump suggested tariffs on China could take effect in February and that they could increase if China refuses to sell TikTok. China's foreign ministry says there's no winners in trade wars. And Rupert Murdoch's UK tabloids have apologized to Prince Harry in a settlement over his invasion of privacy suit. This is ABC News.
We've got a pretty good ride shaping up. No major delays around the area. Everybody's rolling along really well, and no incidents up on the board either, so all is well. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Scattered snow showers in the storm team forecast for today with a high of 24, which is going to feel amazing. Snow early tonight, clearing late, low down to 13. Right now, Milwaukee at 6 with the wind chill still well below zero. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Governor Tony Evers set to lay out his plan for Wisconsin tonight, the annual State of the State address.
The governor is expected to lay out the state's policy priorities for the next year, as well as plans to address pressing issues in Wisconsin. Proposals will include lowering out-of-pocket costs for Wisconsin families, supporting the state public education system, the new state Office of Violence Prevention, and addressing the state's looming child care crisis. The governor has already said he will propose allowing Wisconsin citizens to initiate referendums in his upcoming budget speech in February. Republicans have said that plan will be dead on arrival. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Making it easier, potentially, to be removed from the ballot. That's the idea. Republican lawmakers are proposing a state law change to allow candidates to remove their names, since the only way to do so under current state law is for a certified candidate to die. The proposal stems from issues in November on the ballot after independent candidate RFK, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., dropped out of the presidential race, but he remained on the ballot here in Wisconsin. The law change would need, of course, support from the legislature and the governor.
Suspect charged with intentionally setting fire to Congressman Glenn Grothman's district office in Fond du Lac is due in court today. The 19-year-old from Menasha expected to be charged with arson after police say he admitted to setting the fire in response to the ban on TikTok briefly implemented over the weekend.
With the Trump administration calling for the end of birthright citizenship and the deportation of all undocumented migrants, thousands of people are at risk of being displaced from the U.S. The director of the Les Aspin Center for Government, Dr. Paul Nolet, tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News the National Guard could be used to find undocumented migrants in the state.
If the feds actually are sent in, or there's a nationalized National Guard, then Tony Evers and other governors who want to push back on that, they're going to have a lot more limited options. Because if the federal government itself is enforcing Trump's executive orders or federal immigration law, then it wouldn't be constitutional for the states to stand in their way.
Nolet says the best way to understand how these raids would work would be to keep an eye on the raids that take place in Chicago.
Still bitter cold this morning, but it's working its way out here in southeast Wisconsin. Now we bring in a chance for some snow showers. Storm Team 4 meteorologist Tyler Moore saying accumulations will be limited. Road impacts this evening are likely.
It comes along that warm front. Overall for today, we're looking at under an inch of snowfall. The models keep some of that light snowfall activity going for today. It will be a very light, fluffy snow, so it's going to blow around pretty easily with those gusty winds out of the southwest, but enough to cause a couple slippery spots as our high temperatures hit the 20s for today.
Complete WTMJ 5-day forecast coming up at 6:40.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:34. Coming up, more subscribers means a surge in price.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee. Milwaukee Mattress, where top quality mattresses are priced hundreds less than premium national mattress brands. Found exclusively at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, and downtown Milwaukee.
Hi, this is Julie Coombs and Cindy Storm Fisher with Storm Fisher Investment Group. Are you a retiring professional worried about the direction of our economy, about making your money last? Come see what we can do for you. Let us show you how we take care of you to help you have a great retirement. We are at 262-796-8400 or stormfisher.com. See you soon.
Securities offered through Osaic Wealth Inc. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through Osaic Advisory Services LLC. Osaic Advisory. Osaic Wealth and Osaic Advisory are separately owned, and other entities and/or marketing names, products, and services referenced here are independent of Osaic Wealth and Osaic Advisory.
This is Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio. I'm reaching out with a message that's close to my heart. Devastating fires have ravaged the Los Angeles area, leaving families displaced, homes destroyed, and the community in need of help. Right now, you have the power to make a real difference. Your donation, big or small, can provide food, shelter, supplies, and much-needed support for those affected by the fires. If you are able to, please help those affected by the California wildfires and donate at www.lafoodbank.org/fire.
Join the roar of 18,000 Bucs fans at Fiserv Forum and be a part of the slam dunks, game-changing plays, and electrifying victories live. Witness the edge-of-your-seat action and unforgettable moments as they happen. You don't want to miss this. Grab your calendar, handpick your favorite matchups, and secure your seats for Dame time in Milwaukee and every incredible moment that comes next at Bucs.com/tickets. That's Bucs.com/tickets.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for Vita Hearing Care.
My life is better. My wife's life is better because of Vita Hearing Care. I have hearing aids from Vita. The testing process was easy. It's affordable. They're a local family-owned company, Vita Hearing Care, 2 locations in Mount Pleasant and Waterford. I've got my hearing aids in right now. It's made my life a better life. Cognitive decline can happen if you can't hear right. It's a real thing. Visit VitaHearingCare.com to learn more. That's Vita, V-I-T-A, hearingcare.com. The real deal at Vita.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:37.
A former brewer going to Cooperstown. We've got sports at 6:45.
You have all these new people jumping on board. Everyone's interested in Netflix. Everyone is celebrating the fact that you have all this great content on Netflix. So what do you do when you get more subscribers? You raise the price. Come on. That's what Netflix is now officially announcing.
Netflix announcing another round of price hikes. The ad-supported tier will now cost $7.99 a month, up from $6.99. The standard ad-free tier will go from $15.49 to $17.99 per month. And the cost of the premium tier is increasing by $2 to $24.99. The price hike comes even though Netflix just saw its biggest ever quarterly jump in subscribers. Fresh off the Mike Tyson-Jake Paul boxing match in November, which drew 108 million viewers.
Yeah, so Netflix added a record 19 million subscribers during the fourth quarter, pushing its total above 300 million. So what it decided to do was, let's bump up the
Hey, we
price
got all
a
these
little
people.
bit.
Let's jack it.
Yeah.
I don't know. At some point, though, it becomes not sustainable, and some of these will have to start to drop off, right? Got your Peacocks and your Paramounts, which are not on the same level as your Netflix and your Max.
Good question. I don't know anymore. I mean,
or do they start to bundle? Do some start to swallow others up?
But some would argue too that it's not the quality of these services aren't as good anymore either. At least the content isn't good
because it's all
always.
diluted,
right? So
it's all diluted over various platforms now. We're right back to when you have all of these things that cost what cable used to cost when it was all at least in one bill.
And we can't even skip the commercials. They force us to watch them. We can't even fast forward them.
She mentioned this premium tier that's $25. I don't even know if that's what I'm
Standard plan with no ads will rise from 15 to 17.
What's the premium tier?
Oh, no.
If no ads is the middle, what are you getting on that premium?
It's like 4K streaming quality. You get like more high def programming and
it's more
picture.
Better.
So
Yeah,
that's
it's more
going up.
better.
That's going up $2 to $24.99. More better.
Greg Pancake Hill apparently has the premium. Is that
I don't even have Netflix anymore. No, we dropped it completely. Other than
living over there.
My 1-year-old subscribed to it on accident with the remote, which just happened this week. No, swear.
False. Fake
Swear.
story.
Thank God it wasn't the $29.99 one. But he did, so we have it, I think, until like mid-February.
Oh, Levi didn't mind watching the commercials.
Yeah, right.
At least he was reasonable about it.
Yeah.
6:40 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Team up with the Brewers for an epic company event this season. Gather your crew of just 15 or more for a Brewers group outing and trade weekday meetings for a fun-filled day at American Family Field. Featuring options like tailgate spaces, all-inclusive areas, seating blocks, and more. Plus, Brewers ticket representatives will make planning your event easy, as they'll be your concierge while you book your event. Start planning your company outing today at brewers.com/groups.
Vince Vitrano here for Connect Chiropractic. Listen to this story. 2 herniated discs, surgery scheduled on the books, but now Laura feeling so much better after receiving regular care with Dr. Alex Young and Connect Chiropractic. She's one of my fellow patients there. For me, neck, back, shoulder, all feeling better. Laura was in serious pain, though. She had tried everything. She'd been in the hospital. She was on morphine for the pain. Things were getting worse. And after working with the Connect Chiropractic team, Laura says not only is her condition no longer worsening, but she's actually beginning to heal. And she went ahead and canceled that surgery. That's how much Connect Chiropractic improved her life. No twisting, no cracking, no popping, just life-changing results. Get on the road to better health yourself now by starting at Go Connect Chiro. That's GoConnectChiro.com.
Connect with Best Electric for panel upgrades, electrical vehicle charging installation, and residential electric service calls. Visit bestelect.com today.
6:41. How's morning drive, Deb?
It's still looking pretty good, Vince. Really light volume around the area. No delays, no incidents. Hey, what is this, a Friday morning? It's crazy. So it's looking good. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Traffic sponsored by the residential and commercial electrical experts at Best Electric, bestelect.com.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Breezy and cold this morning with wind chills still below zero. This afternoon, we'll see high temperatures climb into the lower 20s. Throughout the day, also the chance for some scattered snow showers and dusting up to an inch of light, fluffy snow. Tonight, that snow ends early, clearing late. Low temperatures falling into the lower teens. Thursday, partly cloudy and chilly with the breeze out of the northwest. High temperatures near 20. Lower 20s on Friday with mostly sunny skies. A weak system passes to the north on Saturday. That will help push our high temperatures into the mid-30s with mostly cloudy skies and the chance for a few flurries. Then on Sunday, mostly sunny skies with high temperatures in the upper 20s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Right now, Milwaukee at 4 degrees.
October 2008. The headline in the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel read, Keg Party.
I remember that.
Sabathia finishes what he started.
Big old picture of CC on the hill.
Yep. CC Sabathia, who spent 3 months of his 19-year career with the Milwaukee Brewers, is now being inducted into the Hall of Fame. It was announced on Tuesday night.
What did you say? It was 17 starts?
17 starts for the crew.
I felt like 1,000.
Right?
So some of those would, if you split them up, since he threw complete games all over the place or went well into the eighth.
And should have had a no-hitter. Well, among those complete games was the game that got them into the postseason. Here's a look back at that special night at then Miller Park.
What a day for Sabathia. Final game, season on the line.
It was the final game of the year in 2008 when the Brewers needed a win to get a chance at making the postseason. It was their ace, CC Sabathia, who would do the job.
Here it is, swinging a bouncer, double play ball. JJ, second relay, double play. Hey, they win. Whoa, what a finish.
It was probably the best day I've had in the big leagues.
Former Brewers play-by-play man Jim Powell, now with the Braves.
You know, seeing CC Sabathia go out there yet again and dominate an opponent, beating the 97-win Cubs to essentially clinch things. We had to sit around and wait for the Marlins to beat the Mets.
It's over. It's over, Jim. Here they come to the clubhouse, and the Brewers have won. They are going to the playoffs.
And that was really part of what made that day so special was Miller Park just completely jammed with people, nobody leaving, everybody waiting for the Marlins to finish off the Mets, and then the Brewers had finally made the playoffs, and the place was just going crazy, and we were doing the same.
It's absolute chaos down here, Uke. It is champagne everywhere. It's like somebody has turned the shower on.
And a new era of Brewers baseball was born.
All of the players are soaked, a scene that we have not seen here in 26 years, and now 6 bottles of champagne turned over the head of one CC Sabathia.
Remember, we did our show live from the ballpark the following day when I was at 4, and you could still smell the beer and champagne and everything.
You smell that for weeks.
Dumped all over.
Forever. He did tell WTO, so they honored him last year at AmFam, and he talked to WTMJ about the clinch.
I remember getting the ground ball and like throwing my arms up and turning around and seeing Kendall coming towards me, but that was it after that.
That was it. Boom. Just
That's all I remember.
It's a blur. Congrats to CC going into the Hall of Fame.
So how do you underpromise and still get the job? We believe in our hearts we're going to do great work for you. We're just really careful about making unrealistic promises. At Semper Fi, we refuse to set the bar higher than we can jump. But be assured, that's the goal. To do all we can to jump as high as possible to try to exceed your expectations. We're looking to break records. That's how you win over customers, get really great referrals, and build a great business. When you're making a decision to hire an exterior remodeling company, character, integrity, and the feeling that the people you're about to hire are truly eager to show you how good they are should stand at the top of your list. This is Brad Youngluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
Vince Vitrano for Annex Wealth Management, navigating the world of investments, retirement, taxes, estate planning. It feels like a maze, easy to get turned around, to lose your way, to become discouraged. That's where Annex steps in. They are a fee-only fiduciary, meaning their only focus is on your best interest. No hidden fees, no commissions, just skilled guidance tailored to your goals. They guide you through this maze using the collective experience of specialized teams built to serve. Annex offers financial planning at every level. You hear us say it all the time. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. What it means is they meet you where you're at. If you're like me, a lot of runway between now and retirement, or already there and you're looking for a second opinion from your current partner who might not be cutting it, Annex is ready for you. Visit annexwealth.com. You click the Get Started button to schedule an appointment. They've got a headquarters in Brookfield. You can visit them in Mequon, Lake Country, Appleton, downtown inside the Pfister, Madison, Naples, Florida, if you need it. Libertyville, Illinois. Schedule something over Zoom, video conference anytime. It's Annex Wealth Management.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Well, he's 1-0 as athletic director. Mike Broker taking the reins at Marquette, as we first reported Tuesday on Wisconsin's Morning News. Bill Scholl retiring as AD. Broker, long been with MU Athletics since the Tom Crean era, now vice president and director of athletics. Marquette says they'll have a news conference to officially introduce him tomorrow. You've worked with Broker. I've known him a long time.
Yeah, super nice guy.
So happy for him. Broker's Golden Eagles, they pull away from Seton Hall in the second half Tuesday night.
He'll give across Coleman. Launch the pass. Coming the other way, Chase Ross. He won't get the launch. Oh, he did! The rocket launch!
He won't what?
Well, no, but Coleman was right there.
Doesn't matter.
And he launched over Coleman.
That's what you do.
I know, but he...
Doesn't matter what you can do. I can launch. I'm launching.
He's never launched with someone that close before.
You're correct.
He's listening to you. Marquette up 16. That's
it's still going on the launch. Who launched over whom? Who could still launch? Homer and Tony Smith on the call, 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. Defense creating offense on that play. Number 10, Marquette rolls 76-59. Next up, Villanova in town Friday night.
UWM plays Wright State tonight, 6 p.m. tip on 101.7 The Truth. The Badgers' 7-game winning streak comes to an end, snapped on the West Coast. They fall, close one, to UCLA 85-83. Badger Sports Updates, sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more.
We hear the eating is good in New Orleans.
Zion Williamson.
Sometimes too good.
When he took a deep breath, his belly bounced. That kind of belly.
The Bucks head south to feast on the Pelicans.
A reset. Dame going to launch one from the logo, and Logo Lillard right back at it again.
Our Bucks Radio Game Day coverage starts tonight at 6:30. We are the home of the Bucks. WTMJ.
Vince Vitrano here to tell you about Built-Right's extended New Year's mattress sale. We already got in on that. My son's sleeping on a beautiful new mattress. Apparently is sleeping well. There have been no reports or issues. The one location at Built-Right, that saves you time and money, and they make it easy to shop and easy to buy. Built-Right can beat any big box national or local chain store, department store, employee-free store, online retailer, or warehouse club because Built-Right has the guaranteed lowest prices. Also, the best value selection and experienced team in Wisconsin. You want it right now? They've got more than 60 models and 500 mattresses in stock. You'll choose from the best mattress brands. They're made in the USA. These are brands you know: Heirloom, Gold Bond, Therapeutic, Restonic, and Schiffman. And Built-Right specializes in those hard-to-find flippable two-sided and heavy-duty mattresses. They can hold up to 600 pounds. Plus, Built-Right offers free delivery, and they'll take your old mattress away on purchases of $7.99 or more. Built-Right saves you money. Voted best place to shop. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sunday, closed to be with family. Tell them Vinny sent you to Built-Right. It's just off of the bypass on the south side, 54th and Layton Avenue in Greenfield.
Save big money at Menards. Do you need durable flooring that stands up to life's messes? Update your home with new vinyl plank flooring. Peyton Vinyl Plank comes in 2 styles with a realistic wood look. It features an attached pad for easy installation, plus it's waterproof and durable. Peyton Vinyl Plank flooring is just $139 per square foot. Trust Menards for all your flooring needs. Sale prices good through January 26th.
Save big money at Menards.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Could see some flurries this morning, more likely for your evening commute, Deb.
Yeah, right now we're looking pretty good, though. We do have just a quick tap of the brakes on eastbound 94, leaving the stadium interchange. Overall, the rest of the system is looking pretty good. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Scattered snow, maybe an inch, breezy, a high of 24 today. Tonight, that snow early on, otherwise clearing, a low of 13. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and a high of 20. 23 is the high on Friday. Forecast sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating. Your comfort is their family's tradition.
You ever seen Jimmy Kimmel do the kids hooked up to the lie detector?
Oh, sure.
Kids,
Yeah.
right? Mm-hmm. It's pretty good.
Do you ever pick your nose?
No. Yes, I did.
You did, yeah. Sometimes, right?
Yeah.
And then do you ever eat it?
No. Yes, I did.
Yes, you did. Okay,
yes, I
good.
did.
All right.
Did you know law enforcement officers, particularly those being hired for command positions, typically must submit to a polygraph test as part of a background check? I'll tell you why I bring that up in a moment. First, we bring in Dr. Ken Harris, former Milwaukee Police Lieutenant, host of the afternoon show on 101.7 The Truth. Do you have to take one to become a lieutenant? No.
Nope.
Did you want to?
I don't care.
Right. What's the purpose behind this?
I don't really understand. They're known to not have what's called real construct validity. In other words, I can't take this and part of that is measuring happiness, right? If I have another instrument that measures happiness, they should both kind of correlate so that I can see the same thing in both. Well, they don't, because I'm going to ask Vince Vitrano different questions. I'm going to ask Erik Bilstad different questions. I'm going to ask Greg Hill different questions. And me, they may have some questions that are the same, but all it really measures is your heart rate and your blood and any change and all that.
What do they ask?
Well, it depends, number one. Number two, you can't divulge what questions they ask you because it's basically you're going for a security level and you can't divulge what they ask you.
But is it like really intense things, or is
Have
it
you
all,
ever done this? Have you ever done
benign?
that?
Oh, sure.
Right.
Sure. It's very specific. But again, what are you looking for?
So I bring this up because Madison Chief of Police Sean Barnes is about to become the Chief of Police in Seattle, Washington.
Right.
A conservative talk station out there reporting sourced information that suggests Chief Barnes, quote, failed the Seattle Police Department's polygraph as part of the city's pre-employment screening process. Now, that's from KTTH, the Jason Rantz show.
Right.
Seattle PD referred the show to the mayor's office for comment. Mayor's office disputes the claim. And so, you know, I did reach out to Madison PD in an attempt to get a statement from Chief Barnes, did not hear back.
So how do you fail one?
That's what the mayor's office said. It's not a pass-fail.
It's not a pass-fail, right?
We're looking for certain things, and we were satisfied with how the chief
But what's
performed.
the one thing you're looking for? Consistency. If you've cheated before and you tell the truth, if you've done something great before and you tell the truth, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the fact that whatever faults you have, you're honest about it. So that later, if something happens, I can trust that you're telling me the truth there because you told me the truth here. So if you tell me you stole, for instance, I was at a department, I was applying to a department, and they did a psychological test, basically the same thing. And they asked me, have you ever stolen? And I said, yes. He said, what did you steal? I said, well, I've taken people's pens when they loaned them to me, and I never gave them back. Well, later
Not
they
sure
called me
that's what
back
they
and
were
said,
looking for.
that's not stealing, but that's not the point.
Right.
It is stealing. To permanently deprive someone of their property is called theft. And the guy looks at me like, what? I'm like, so I failed the test.
Interesting.
Does MPD have one?
No.
Like, do you use
no,
investigations?
let me put it like this, not to my knowledge.
Okay.
And I'll leave it at that.
So what do you see happening here? This is somebody who's got a burr up their behind and wants to create trouble for
nobody
the
wants
chief.
him as chief.
Right.
Everybody's on the anti-DEI kick, as if every single time a black person gets hired, they got hired because they're black. They're really not qualified because only this guy or woman is qualified. The problem with DEI is it generates that in most people's minds who are not minority, because in the back of the mind they go, well, did they hire Dr. Ken because he's black, or did they hire him because he's qualified? And so it forever taints you. And so he's just the victim of that.
Think he's going to do a good job out there? I mean, they're pleased with him in Madison, and if there's a city on the West Coast or many that, might be a good fit for him and for the types of policies that he's implemented in Madison, it would be Seattle.
I've known Sean for years. He'll do a great job.
And as for that polygraph.
Have you ever been to space? Okay, I'm going to ask that again. Have you ever been into space?
Yeah.
6:57 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Thanks, Ken.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
United Performing Arts Fund looks to bounce back in 2025 after a 13% decrease in fundraising last year. In total, the nonprofit raised $9.2 million in 2024. First Federal Bank of Wisconsin has hired from within for its next president. The Waukesha-based bank promoted its chief financial officer, Steve Wiershem, to its top role on Tuesday. A snack bar has opened in downtown Milwaukee on Water Street. Junior's Snacks will be open for breakfast, offer all-day snacks, and even have late-night options. I'm Drew Dawson from MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
Great Midwest Bank has document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems, a 100% locally owned and managed business technology company. The bank's IT systems administrator, Michael Quizan, comments on the value of local.
We call on them at any point, they're there. We ask them any questions that we have, they're there.
James Imaging Systems, local business technology solutions, local support, local accountability. Luther Gray, Director of Ticket Operations and Group Sales for the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra.
If an issue does arise, they're very prompt, polite, and professional. It makes me feel empowered because I find it very easy to resolve something.
James Imaging Systems client, Al Leidinger, President of Matheson Manufacturing, summarized the benefit of local.
James Imaging has been a really good partner with us from the beginning.
Go with local. Go with James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
It started with a prediction.
Go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
A buck doesn't buy much unless you're spending it at Griffin. For just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. We'll even show you the invoice to prove it. Our only requirements, we put them on for you. Buy one or the whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin. Milwaukee, Waukesha, Fort Atkinson, and Jefferson. Griffin. The buck stops here. The deals on tires don't. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
I'm Brett Matschke, and you're due for service.
Richlands.
Breaking news as it happens. Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
7 o'clock. I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. Wednesday, January 22nd. Our top story, laying out a legal battle over immigration.
I'm Erik Bilstad. An annual tradition renewed in Madison.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. Still a nice quiet ride around the area. A little bit tightening on eastbound 94 out of the stadium interchange towards 35th. But overall, a pretty good ride elsewhere. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
High of 24 degrees today with some scattered snow showers. Tonight, snow early, then clearing late with a low down to 13. Our air temp now at 6, wind chills at 9 below zero. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Resistance is growing to President Trump's immigration policies. ABC's Andrew Dimbert.
One of Trump's executive orders will face its first legal test tomorrow. A judge in Seattle will consider a temporary restraining order against Trump's directive ending birthright citizenship, a guarantee under the 14th Amendment, which declares any person born on U.S. soil an American citizen. The Trump administration also authorizing immigration agents to target schools and churches, revoking a policy blocking arrests in sensitive areas. The city of Denver now giving instructions to city employees on what to do if they encounter federal agents.
Efforts to arrest and detain violent illegal immigrants are in full swing across the country. Now, Dodge County Sheriff Dale Schmidt tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News that every county in the state has some member of a drug cartel gang.
I don't know if everybody realizes this. There are cartel members in our communities right now, and I can prove that because we've arrested them. We have members of the Sonola drug cartel that were arrested right here in Juneau, Wisconsin, and we didn't arrest them once. We arrested them twice.
Schmidt says that he's already ready to work with federal agencies to arrest violent migrants and to make sure that they are properly charged.
President Trump's threat to swiftly impose a 10% duty on imports from China met with an equally swift response from Beijing.
China has vowed to defend its national interests against any tariff threats, with a foreign ministry spokeswoman repeating Beijing's line that there are no winners in a trade war or a tariff war. During President Trump's first term, China retaliated against the U.S. tariffs by imposing its own on American-made goods, so that could happen again. Vicki Barker, CBS News.
President warning tariffs on China could come as soon as February 1st.
Wisconsin's ag industry is watching the tariff story closely. James Vanderloo's with the OEC group in Milwaukee. He tells WTMJ's The Upswing that tariffs from Canada, Mexico, and China could have the biggest effect on farmers.
What happened with the previous tariffs is that China ended up sourcing a lot of their soybeans from Brazil. Now we've seen sort of geopolitical things going on between Brazil and China. So it really just opens up the door for places to look at other sources of material.
Vanderloo pointed to Wisconsin's grown ginseng as an example of a commodity with high demand in China.
Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers plans to deliver his annual State of the State address tonight.
Among the topics expected to be addressed, his 2024 accomplishments, policy priorities for the new year, and a preview of the biennial state budget. Last year's speech was notable in that Assembly Speaker Robin Vos immediately after critiqued the governor for not mentioning tax relief. Republicans introduced a tax cut package just hours later.
Worst case scenario, he can pick several out of the categories of tax relief to be able to sign them into law.
Among the four proposals, only a child care tax cut was approved by Governor Evers. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
A thick blanket of snow in the south and southeast.
At around 4 inches, the snow in Houston was enough for a group of firefighters and police officers to get into an impromptu snowball fight. To the east, the New Orleans area saw 8 inches, the most in 100 years. Kids who had never experienced it turned to YouTube.
Here's some snow, and you're supposed to press it together 3 to 5 seconds, and snowball.
By the weekend, the snow will just be a memory. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
That is how you build a snowball, young man. Well done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're loving the snow now. If it sticks around, we'll see how long they enjoy it.
When I was here in Houston, they were saying, like, we literally don't have a single snowplow.
Yeah, why would they?
Why
right?
would you?
Yeah.
So how do you deal with it? It's coming up, the best of the worst. This report brought to you by Mr. Holland's Heating and Air Conditioning. Visit MrHollandsHeatingandAir.com.
Slipping on the ice?
Ugh.
Someone else shoveling your driveway.
Ah.
Cold feet?
Ugh.
Toasty tootsies.
Ah.
Waking up to a cold house?
Ugh.
With no warm air coming from the register.
Ugh.
And discovering your antiquated furnace is DOA.
Ugh.
But now, this is you learning that Mr. Holland's Home Services can install a new, fully warranted, highly efficient comfort system.
Ah.
Better yet, you can enjoy consistent, cozy comfort with payments as low as $79 a month with approved credit.
Ah.
Because you deserve it.
Ah.
If your failing furnace is showing signs of old age, be proactive. Call Mr. Holland's Home Services to schedule the installation of your brand new, fully functional comfort system for a low monthly rate. And take your winter from
Ugh.
to 866-992-1717. Or visit MrHollandsHomeservices.com. Ready to put some thaw in your... We can help.
St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores has been voted the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel's best in thrift. So to all who voted for us, thank you. And to those who haven't yet been here, there are so many items to explore. And at thrift store prices, you can find a really great deal. At the same time, you'll be helping us help others, sometimes folks right in your own neighborhood. St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it. St. Vincent de Paul. Sun, 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 fun, 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 sun, sun, sun.
Boaters, this is your show. The Milwaukee Boat Show at State Fair Park. Over 300 boats, family runabouts, ski and surf boats, luxury pontoons, more Lake Michigan boats than ever. Tierra, Beneteau, Pursuit, Cruisers, Sea Ray, Boston Whaler, and more. Get that boat and get that deal. See Twiggy the water skiing squirrel the second weekend. Check MilwaukeeBoatShow.com. January 17th through 26th. Closed Monday and Tuesday.
Take your family to the Mine Shaft Restaurant in Hartford or Oshkosh today for the Wednesday all-you-can-eat fish fry and just $7.99. Kids 5 and under eat free from the kids menu. Just walk in for your $7.99 fish fry. It's big food. It's big fun. It's the Mine Shaft Restaurant.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:07.
We'll see you in the Hall of Fame. We got sports coming up at 7:15.
Strong Santa Ana winds are fueling 2 new brush fires near San Diego. The Lilac Fire prompted evacuations. It's growing now to 85 acres. It's about 55% contained. Firefighters were able to fully contain another fire called the Pela Fire. Residents who live nearby grateful that there's been little damage, but some are suspicious of how these fires began.
It was just like a whirlwind of embers, like taller than that tree, just like blowing through here.
We always have wind, and where those fires started, there were no power lines. A fire has to be ignited somehow or another.
Meanwhile, to the north, crews in the Los Angeles area still battling the Palisades and Eaton fires. They're about 65 to 89% contained.
Could be a break in the case. 4 suspects now under arrest accused of burglarizing the home of an NFL quarterback. Allegedly, the homes of other star athletes as well. ABC's Andrew Dimbert.
Cincinnati Bengals star Joe Burrow was playing in Dallas last month when police say his bedroom window was shattered, his home ransacked. The break-in coming after several other high-profile athletes were victimized in similar burglaries, including Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. Detectives were investigating whether a South American crime ring was responsible. Now, 4 Chilean nationals face charges in connection with the Burrow burglary. Police say the men are in the country illegally and are suspected of being behind a string of burglaries of multi-million-dollar homes.
Now remember our guy Bucks forward Bobby Portis. There's a new police report regarding the burglary at his home last November, expected to be released Friday, barring objection from the River Hills Police Department.
Nominations for the worst movies and performances of the year are out today.
I got the sneaking suspicion that we're not giving the people what they want.
Bingo! Joaquin Phoenix. Joker, Folie à Deux, leads the pack of possibles for 2025's Razzie Awards with a total of 7, including nods for the leads, Phoenix and Lady Gaga. Tied with 6 each.
A week ago, I spent my life racing against time.
Madam Web with Dakota Johnson, Borderlands, Megalopolis, and Reagan.
I was a brand new KGB officer, given my first intelligence assignment.
The film's John Voight is up for Worst Supporting Performance for Mega, Shadowland, and Strangers 2. Winners will be announced March 1st, the day before the Oscars. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Is it a badge of honor to get nominated or to win a Razzie?
No, it's not.
You don't
at
want
all,
to,
right?
You don't
absolutely
want that
don't
to
want.
Be proud of your terrible performance.
It did remind me. I had been committed to watching Megalopolis. You told me not to, right? Wasn't there that one reviewer who was like, look, I'm not just trying to be contrarian here. Please do not watch. This is a warning, not a review.
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to do it anyway. 7:10 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Hey, John Mercure here for Guthrie and Fry Water Conditioning. My reverse osmosis system in my house is fantastic. The water I drink, the water we feed the dogs, the water we cook with is crisp, clean, and clear thanks to Guthrie and Fry's RO system. It's the best in the business. It's affordable, it's effective, and you'll feel a lot better. It's all about the science. They know at Guthrie and Fry that better water makes a big difference. Southeast Wisconsin's #1 choice and my choice is Guthrie and Fry Water Conditioning.
Better water makes a big difference. Guthrie and Fry.
Feeling
bullied by your bank?
It's not a hidden fee, it's a surprise fee. Surprise!
Like they're just making things harder.
That is not my department. I got to transfer you.
Or like they don't even know you?
That sounds like a you problem.
At Wintrust, we take a different approach. Whether you need banking solutions, a new home, or help planning your financial future, we've got local experts ready to lend a hand.
Wintrust.
Start banking where you matter at wintrust.com/bullyfree. Wintrust. Different approach, better results. Banking products provided by Wintrust Financial Corp. Banks. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
7-Eleven, what's happening on the roads, Debbie?
Not too much. We got just a little bit of building volume eastbound 94, slowing things down a bit from 84th Street through the stadium. The westbound side still pretty clear at the moment. We also have a crash right now at 35th Street, eastbound 94, off on the right shoulder. So that's something to keep in mind as well. 43 and 41, both looking pretty quiet right now, as is the bypass all the way around the block. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Breezy and cold this morning with wind chills still below zero. This afternoon, we'll see high temperatures climb into the lower 20s. Throughout the day, also the chance for some scattered snow showers and dusting up to an inch of light, fluffy snow. Tonight, that snow ends early, clearing late. Low temperatures falling into the lower teens. Thursday, partly cloudy and chilly with the breeze out of the northwest. High temperatures near 20. Lower 20s on Friday with mostly sunny skies. A weak system passes to the north on Saturday. That will help push our high temperatures into the mid-30s with mostly cloudy skies and the chance for a few flurries. Then on Sunday, mostly sunny skies with high temperatures in the upper 20s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Our temperature now soaring to 8 degrees, 10 below with the wind chill.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Vince Vitrano and Erik Bilstad.
Should Wisconsin go nuclear? We focused a lot on clean energy across the country. Here in our state, with the expansion of wind and solar, should that also include nuclear power in Wisconsin? A proposal from a couple of state lawmakers who want to ramp that up, at least exploring that question, and it ties in with an initiative announced this week from President Trump.
To announce the largest AI infrastructure project by far in history, and it's all taking place right here in America.
President joined by the CEOs of three of the world's leading tech firms, announcing what he says is a $500 million investment in AI infrastructure in America. They call it Stargate. So what's that mean? It means we need data centers, huge facilities that house, for lack of a better term, like computer servers, right?
Mm-hmm, sure.
That process the information to create AI. And it's a big announcement. ABC's Selena Wang does point out this word of caution that we can appreciate here in Wisconsin.
It is one thing to secure the commitments. It is another thing to make sure that these commitments come true. Remember back in 2017, Trump announced that Foxconn would be building this massive factory in Wisconsin that would create more than 10,000 jobs. Well, that never ended up happening. So we will see how all of this turns out.
Fair enough. However, tying that all back to us here in this state, the infrastructure work done on that Foxconn site in Mount Pleasant cleared the way for exactly this. One of these huge data centers to be built by Microsoft in Racine County. It's a $3+ billion investment that was already announced well ahead of this initiative. So that is happening. And there are also plans being talked about where Ozaukee County, right near Port Washington.
Port Washington, yep.
Looking at a site, debating whether or not that's the right fit. Regardless, it's on the radar there for Port Washington. So here's where I'm going to tie this back to what I said at the top, nuclear.
They have to produce a lot of electricity, and we'll make it possible for them to get that production done very easily.
Energy generation, these data centers require massive amounts of power. Wisconsin is perfect for these types of facilities because our climate works. We're insulated from most of your major natural disasters, wildfires, hurricanes, earthquakes. We've got a huge fresh water source in Lake Michigan needed for cooling and power generation, but you need power beyond that. Republican State Senator Julian Bradley of New Berlin, along with Republican Assemblyman David Steffen, proposing a nuclear summit in Wisconsin and a siting study to consider adding more nuclear power plants in the state. Quoted on WisPolitics.com, nuclear energy has the potential to be clean and reliable answer to powering our future. The technology surrounding nuclear energy has developed a great deal over the past few decades. It's safer and more efficient than ever before. That's Senator Bradley speaking with WisPolitics.com. So right now we still got Point Beach. That's in Two Rivers. Other nuke plant in Kewaunee that's relatively close to that was decommissioned years ago. So we got one plant in Wisconsin still doing nuclear power. And I think those were built in the late 60s, early 70s. So they're talking about at least exploring, is this a viable solution to not only powering our energy needs as they exist now and increase, but also if we're going to have more data centers like this, how are you going to power them?
What would be the feasibility? Think of how many years it would take to build a nuclear plant.
That's a good point. There's so much regulation that goes into just getting cleared to start the construction. So that's not something that's, say you decide today we totally want to do this. Here's the site.
Shovels in the ground in 2034.
Right. So there is that, but at least the talk of perhaps getting that process started in Wisconsin.
Are you telling me that this sucker is nuclear?
No. This sucker's electrical. But I need a nuclear reaction to generate the 1.21 gigawatts of electricity I need.
It's time for the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirits deals in town. Located at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action.
The Brewers dropped 2 out of 3 to the Cardinals at AmFam Field, including back-to-back extra inning losses. A 3-2 defeat in the series finale. The Crew had a chance in extras thanks to Erik Haas's game.
Let's take your inside living outside. Outdoor Living Unlimited puts cool stuff in your yard. Patios, decks, pergolas, outdoor kitchens, screen rooms, even in-ground pools. You dream it, we design it together, then Outdoor Living Unlimited installs it for you. OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Another 5-star review for the Bugman and Queen Bee. Vince Vitrano, they're our family's choice for pest defense. Local, family, veteran-owned and operated. Terry wrote into the Bugman. We've been using Bugman for the past 3 months to eliminate a mouse problem. We are very pleased with the results. He said, Matt, and that's the Bugman's brother. He works over there too. And Pete, thorough, professional, friendly. In the office, Julie, a master of scheduling. We appreciate her flexibility. You know who's really not bothered at all by this cold weather? All those critters that found their way into your home before it got super cold. You want to get rid of them? You want this kind of service? You go local, family owned. The best in local pest defense. 262-633-3411. Bugman, queenbee.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
This guy pitched in the major leagues for 19 years. 3 months of that was here in Milwaukee for your Brewers. But everyone knows his name, CC Sabathia, and now CC is headed to the Hall of Fame, a first balloter, as he got the call.
CC, hi. This is Jack O'Connell with the Baseball Writers Association of America.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, and you'll be doing fine, too, in about 2 seconds. The writers have elected you to the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's how it sounded.
Hang on, Jack. I'm ordering Chinese here. Can I just get right back with you in a second? Right.
His family all there, so I think they knew that call might be coming on the MLB network there. So Sabathia got 86% of the vote, so he's in. Also in Ichiro Suzuki and closer Billy Wagner. Sabathia made 17 starts for the Crew in 2008. 7 complete games, 3 shutouts, a near no-hitter, which probably should have just been a no-hitter. He told WTMJ last year he has fond memories of his time here in Brew City.
Mike Cameron and Ricky Weeks and Prince Fielder, Billy Hall, those are still some of my closest friends to this day.
So now there's big questions, though, about Ichiro. He was a near unanimous vote getter. One person, one baseball writer voted against him. Why? I mean,
just thought, he's got a lot of years. We could next time maybe.
I love this one from Bob Ryan. Whoever did not vote for Ichiro in the Baseball Hall of Fame election should have his or her voting rights revoked and should be placed under house arrest because clearly that person is unhinged and a danger to society.
House arrest.
Who is the curmudgeon-y baseball writer? I don't know. He already played in Japan, so come on.
Marquette back home to play Villanova on the road Tuesday night. Marquette and Villanova is Friday. Tuesday night took care of business against Seton Hall.
Joplin still dribbling, and now in the corner to Ben Gold. He'll drive on a Ray. He stuffed it. Oh, that was a little Chase Ross move.
Homer and Tony Smith on the call, 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. Ben Gold with just enough ups on that one to throw it down. He had 11 on the night. Cam Jones, 19. And number 10, Marquette takes down the Pirates 76-59. UWM at Wright State tonight. And the Badgers' 7-game winning streak snapped on the West Coast. Bucky falling just short to UCLA 85-83. Badger Sports Update sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more.
The Upswing is your place for commerce and community.
So President Trump has indicated that he's going to pursue aggressive tariff policy.
Hosted by Jeff Sherman.
How are many of the Wisconsin businesses preparing for potential tariff increases?
So really getting out there, doing your research, having a lot of options and plans to sort of diversify your supply chains. That's really the best thing you can do.
Weekdays from 10 to 11 on WTMJ. Presented by Horicon Bank, the natural choice for all your banking needs.
WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here, heading into the new year feeling good. And so should you. You don't need to deal with that same old joint pain all the time. It's in your knees, it's in your back or your shoulder, and it's been that way since probably, 2018? It's been a long time, and you've just been living with it. Get moving again in 2025 with the help from QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine and joint preservation. They got locations right here in Milwaukee, in the Milwaukee County area, I should say, Greenfield, and then up in Mequon. You can go there and you can take care of your issues, and you don't have to have steroids. You don't need to take drugs. You don't need surgery, and you don't need downtime. Call QC Kinetics today, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474, and get moving again in 2025. You don't need to keep living with that joint pain. Stop today. So here's what you can do. You can set yourself up with a free consultation. You can talk to the local clinicians and figure out if this is going to work for you. You can even meet them on a Saturday. 414-285-3474. Call QC Kinetics today.
Hey, it's Kristen Bry, and you should tune in to Spanning the State this week from 1 to 3 p.m. for your chance to win 2 tickets to experience the legendary music of Pink Floyd live in concert with the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra. This unforgettable show is happening at the Riverside Theater on February 7th. Tickets are on sale now at papstheatergroup.com. You don't want to miss Pink Floyd's legendary music like you've never heard it before, with a full rock band and orchestra. Be sure to tune in to Spanning the State this week for your chance to win.
722, morning drive look okay, Deb?
Yeah, actually, we do still have this accident at 35th Street off on the right shoulder. But overall, not too bad. Your usual backups coming out of the Zoo interchange, heading through the Stadium interchange. Rest of the system is looking pretty good. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Scattered snow today, less than an inch, breezy, a high of 24. Tonight, snow early on, then clearing up, a low of 13. For your Thursday, 20 is the high. Friday, sunny, a high of 23. Warms up to a high of 36 on Saturday with a chance for flurries. Right now, at 7:23, it's 8 degrees with a wind chill of 9 below.
At 7:23 on Wisconsin's Morning News, want your license plates to be black? It's black and white. Simple, clean.
So the digits would be white?
Yes. Black plate, white digits. No designs, no sailboat, no farms, no birds. I think that's what we have on ours right now, right? Little sailboat, farm, couple birds flying through there. There are a couple of state lawmakers who are trying to make that an option for Wisconsin. Republican of Grafton in the Assembly. Paul Melodic is among them. Wisconsin State Journal reporting they want to offer alternate plates called the blackout style.
Okay.
Be $25 additional cost per year to register your plates, and you pay that annually. It is popular in other states. They cite Iowa in the piece as generating $30 million in fees over 5 years since offering the blackout plates there.
Okay, so do it. If it's going to make money.
No further questions, Your Honor, right? Somebody, what's the difference? I guess people like the cleaner look. If you have a black or white car, I suppose, maybe it looks better.
We kind of have a black plate already, don't we? Isn't that one of the options?
The
Road
America, right? The Elkhart Lake one?
No, it does have the track on it. Like there's a little bit of an outline of the Road America track. But
well, you can also make money from personalized plates, or vanity plates as they're sometimes called, although that can go wrong. See a lot of these sometimes you're at the stoplight and you get confused, right? License plate that reads BOBSCAR. Like Bob's car. Okay, I see what you did.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah. It can go wrong. Every year, Secretary of State in Illinois goes on video and shares some of the applications they get for said plates in their state.
Hi, I'm Secretary of State Alexi Janulius. It's safe to say that we all enjoy spotting clever and funny license plates on the road. Illinoisans are known for displaying their creativity when choosing customized license plates, but
But, and yes, here's the but, 60,000 some applications for vanity plates in the state of Illinois in 2024. But
they have to meet standards of good taste and decency.
Aha!
Okay.
Good taste and decency. You see where this is going?
Yes. Yes,
so,
I do.
Mr. Secretary here, Alexei Giannoulias, prepared to offer some examples, perhaps for future reference. Otherwise, honest brokers just looking for a personalized plate might have some guardrails as they make their applications. So here are some of Illinois' 335 rejected applications for personalized plates.
Some of the rejects included bitchin', jagweed.
Good start.
He laughs.
You're going to have to listen close to some of the subtleties. And the guy's on camera for this. And they're even putting up a graphic beside him with the license.
You can't even do it without smiling.
Yes, the B word in this case, B-I-C-H-E-N, and you noted the chuckle.
Bitchin', jagweed, axe hole. See what you did there?
Ooh. That's A-X-E, axe hole.
Got
See
you.
what you did there.
Weenie, get, which I had to Google. A bad MF, munch, which I'm told means more than it sounds.
Yeah, I did some Googling too. Urban Dictionary, you look a couple of these up, right? I like the first one in this last batch, though.
Weenie.
What's wrong with that? Can't you get away with that?
You'd think, and yeah.
Right. He's not done.
Thick AF. Again, had to look that up. Duck off. Maybe they were using autocorrect.
That's D-U-C-K off.
Careful.
This is the only one I had to actually bleep out, and some of those were close.
Did you really think we wouldn't catch that?
That's S-H-I-D-D-E-D. These are among the rejected applications for personalized license plates in the great state of Illinois.
Wow. I like the creativity.
State Secretary is reading them off on a video published earlier this month.
And new to this list this year, and surprising no one, Haktua. You knew that one was bound to show up this year.
I can't get past him cracking himself up with these. Right?
I'm a little surprised that one wouldn't have been able to get through.
I think because you have to read into what it meant, and I'll leave you to do that if you so choose. Anyway, parting words from the State Secretary in Illinois, Alexei Giannoulias.
While they lack subtlety, many of them made me laugh. Now, I don't want to dissuade anyone from opting for a personalized license plate, but remember, go ahead, get creative, but please keep it clean.
Just keep it clean and classy down there. News about your money this morning, WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average climbed more than 530 points. The NASDAQ was up 127, and the S&P 500 up 53 points in trading on Tuesday. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Welcome to The Knowledge Brokers, a weekly feature covering the dynamics of the insurance market, how it affects Wisconsin businesses and residents. Sponsored by the original Knowledge Broker, R&R Insurance. Joining me today, Jeff Salazinski. He's Vice President of Insurance Operations. Jeff, the market is still challenging for buyers today. We've talked before, businesses tend to renew insurance policies either Q4 or January 1st. Tell us a little more about what those challenges entail today.
Sure, Vince. Thanks. It's great to be here again. A few factors are defining this market for commercial insurance buyers right now. Some rates are up, like auto insurance, umbrella insurance, and property coverage. Some rates are headed down, like workers' compensation and cybercrime coverage. And insurance companies continue to be very disciplined in their approach to underwriting.
So, Jeff, what else is going on?
Another important factor is guidance and communication about how to navigate all of these market conditions. We talk to many businesses that still have not heard word one from their agent or broker. They're concerned about making an uninformed decision. Buyers know that clock is ticking. Or, if they have been contacted, they still feel uninformed about what's happening in the market today or have been just provided a renewal premium amount, and that's it.
So what's the message then, Jeff? Say you have an upcoming renewal in December or January.
There's still time to work with R&R, Vince. Our process looks like this. We inform you of where the opportunities are in today's market. We work with you to prepare your file to best position your company for selection and pricing by an underwriter. And R&R can get multiple companies competing for your account.
So why else should a business work with R&R Insurance?
Vince, business owners shouldn't settle for poor service. It'll cost you nothing to sit down and talk to R&R Insurance. If you're looking for a better insurance buying experience, we'd love to sit down and speak with you. At R&R Insurance, we know business insurance.
That's Jeff from R&R Insurance. Thanks for the great info, Jeff.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. A top Trump administration official has sent a memo to the Justice Department workforce ordering criminal investigations into any state or local actor who attempts to obstruct enforcement of federal immigration laws. That's according to a copy obtained by ABC News. 22 states have sued to block the president's executive order intending to put conditions on citizenship to babies born in the U.S. Washington State Attorney General Nick Brown, seeking a temporary restraining order, said,
"It is not my hope to challenge every single thing. You know, the president has broad scope and power. That is his right as elected president. But when it violates the law and harms Washingtonians, we will not shy from bringing a new case."
That hearing set for tomorrow. In the Southeast, there are more than 140,000 power outages from Texas to Florida as a result of the historic and deadly winter storm. And Rupert Murdoch's British tabloids have apologized to Prince Harry in a settlement in their invasion of...
Well, we've got a new accident now on eastbound 94 at 35th Street. That is off on the right shoulder. The new one is actually in Waukesha County, eastbound 94 at Highway F. The left lane is blocked, so the car is kind of facing perpendicular to the median wall. We've got fire crews, trucks, and an ambulance out there, so it could take a little while to get cleared up. Delays coming in from Highway 16 to that point, and then from the zoo all the way to 35th. Southbound 43 starting to clog up a little bit from just before Capitol all the way down past Locust. Southbound 41 heavy from Silver Spring past Capitol Drive. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast for today on our way to a balmy high of 24 degrees. How about that? Some scattered snow showers. Snow ending tonight, clearing out late with a low down to 13. Milwaukee right now at 8 degrees. Wind chill still below zero. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Governor Tony Evers set to lay out his plan for the state tonight, his annual State of the State address.
The governor is expected to lay out the state's policy priorities for the next year, as well as plans to address pressing issues in Wisconsin. Proposals will include lowering out-of-pocket costs for Wisconsin families, supporting the state public education system, the new state Office of Violence Prevention, and addressing the state's looming child care crisis. The governor has already said he will propose allowing Wisconsin citizens to initiate referendums in his upcoming budget speech in February. Republicans have said that plan will be dead on arrival. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
A suspect charged with intentionally setting fire to Congressman Glenn Grothman's district office in Fond du Lac will now head to court today. He's a 19-year-old from Menasha, expected to be charged with arson. This after police say he admitted to setting the fire in response to the ban on TikTok briefly being implemented over the weekend.
Felony charges now filed in connection with a double murder on Christmas Day in Milwaukee.
19-year-old Quintaris Morris and 18-year-old Jeremiah Taylor each face 2 counts of first-degree reckless homicide for shooting 2 teenagers in a car near 37th and Scott on Milwaukee's southwest side. 15-year-old Exiel Rivera died at the scene, and 18-year-old Naya Vasquez died in the hospital. Morris has been arrested, but police are still searching for Taylor. You can see his photo on our website, WTMJ.com. Sean Brenda, WTMJ News.
New body cam video showing the moment a Milwaukee police officer shot a child sexual assault suspect. Happened earlier this month near 7th and Arthur on the city's south side. The video shows the officer shooting the 19-year-old Emilio Arner Ortiz once before making an arrest. Arner Ortiz will make his first court appearance later today.
Town of Waterford no longer has a police department. Town board approved Monday night to allow the department's absorption by the Racine County Sheriff's Department for an initial period of 5 years. Contract for police service in Waterford will either end when it expires or the final full-time officer leaves or within 6 months.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:34.
This report sponsored by Exterior Pros and Baths. Trust the pros and kick off your home transformation. Ready to tackle your home improvement project this winter? Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help you score big with quality home exterior and shower upgrades. Visit extpros.com today.
If you're a woman looking to take control of your financial future, you are not alone. Women are leading the way in business and managing household finances, but challenges still exist. That's why NX Wealth Management presents the Women of Wealth series every third Thursday. It'll empower you with knowledge and resources to succeed. Join us for collaborative discussions, community building, and learn about key areas of financial planning. Women at Wealth events are free every third Thursday. Sign up at annexwealth.com/events and bring a friend.
It's like being trapped in a cage. And I know that sounds dramatic, but your breathing triangle problem has got you trapped. And once you're freed, you're going to be able to live the life that you're missing out on. Now, this can simply mean experiencing the true pleasure of breathing freely. It will mean better sleep and more energy. And the worry of this problem any more affecting your life is going to be gone. Because in almost every case, when Advent has solved a breathing triangle problem, it's a one and done. Because we're not in the business of delivering Band-Aids. We want to fix your nasal breathing problem for good. We don't want you to be a lifelong patient. We want you to be our next success story.
Isn't it time you break free from that cage? Take the next step. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Breathe well with simple solutions. AdventKnows.com.
Results may vary. Most insurance accepted.
Sorry about that. Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time 7:36.
Former Brewer going to Cooperstown. I almost said Canton. Wrong hall. Sports is coming up at 7:45.
Another state looking to ban the use of cell phones in school. The latest domino out of New York, where the governor in New York says eliminating devices will help children concentrate on academics. We've already seen this in other states, California, Ohio, Florida, just to name a few. ABC's Ariel Reshef.
There is rising concern on a state and federal level, and of course among so many parents, about the impact of social media and the exposure to the internet for these kids with these devices. One study suggesting most parents agree that cell phones should be banned during class, but many don't want to see a ban for the entire school day. They want to be able to contact their kids in case of emergency.
Yeah, there is concerns about that. As of now, it kind of varies in Wisconsin and even in southeast Wisconsin as to what some schools do versus others. Ours, you can't have it in class. You got to put it in the little cell phone caddy in the top of the room there at the high school.
That's an easy one for me as a parent, right? But I understand parents' concerns about needing to, in case of emergency, contact your kids, or in case of everyday life now. Who's picking up who, or do you have, or they practice was canceled
I would
tonight.
challenge, how is that different than any other everyday life 10, 20, 30 years ago? There was practice 30 years ago.
Yeah, you walked home. What are you doing home? Practice was canceled. Like, surprise.
You called collect.
Right. Went to the pay phone. So we just are conditioned to live
No, you're
differently.
right. You're totally right.
It's kind of like saying, well, why don't they take the horse and buggy home then? That worked for many years.
Well, good point.
As foreign to these kids as anything else.
This is interesting, though. They say that some studies suggest improvements in students' mental health and academic performance and a reduction in bullying from the cell phone ban.
Oh, sure.
But other bans show little to no change. So they're suggesting that it's not automatic that it will work and you'll see academic performances enhance. Boy, you sure would assume so without that distraction.
Can't hurt. 7:38 on Wisconsin's Morning News. This report brought to you by Steinhoffels. Visit them at steinhoffels.com.
Start the new year off right with a new Tempur-Pedic mattress from Steinhoffels. Discover the advanced pressure-relieving power of a Tempur-Pedic, making aches and pains a thing of the past. Right now, you can get a new Tempur-Pedic mattress for just $52 per month when you use Steinhoffels' 60-month financing. Plus, you get $300 in Steinhoffels cash. Don't overpay for a good night's sleep. Steinhoffels, your mattress destination. Shop in-store or online.
Hey, WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here, reminding you to subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News podcast. We update it every day with every interview, every segment, every bit we do on the show.
Wait, we don't do bits on the show.
Oh, my God.
The Soties.
Thanks for the pretzel, Coach.
No Corona! All right, maybe we do some bits.
Be sure you subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News podcast, presented by Tri-County Contracting.
James Imaging Systems. Local support, local accountability, local business technology representatives. Listen to Matheson Manufacturing President Al Leidinger.
She still checks in to see how things are going and if we need anything. So I really do appreciate that from a customer service standpoint.
Michael Quizon, IT Systems Administrator at Great Midwest Bank, discovered the benefits of working with the local team at James.
Our cost from supplies perspective went down. I mean, we're talking about thousands in a year. So we saved a lot of money by bringing James Imaging on.
James Imaging Systems client Luther Gray, Director of Ticket Operations and Group Sales with the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra, on dealing with James.
They are making sure you get the full value and life of every product that you have with them.
Local support, local accountability, local people. Get it all with James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
At 7:40, morning drive been pretty good today, Deb.
Yeah, for the most part, things are starting to kick in a little bit. We do have this accident eastbound 94 at Highway F with the left lane blocked. Emergency crews on the scene. That's backing things up past Highway 16, so heads up with that. We've also got an accident on 94 eastbound at 35th Street. This is off on the right shoulder, though. Delays coming in from the Zoo interchange pretty much to 35th. The westbound side's heavy from 25th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Breezy and cold this morning with wind chills still below zero. This afternoon, we'll see high temperatures climb into the lower 20s. Throughout the day, also the chance for some scattered snow showers and dusting up to an inch of light, fluffy snow. Tonight, that snow ends early, clearing late. Low temperatures falling into the lower teens. Thursday, partly cloudy and chilly with the breeze out of the northwest. High temperatures near 20. Lower 20s on Friday with mostly sunny skies. A weak system passes to the north on Saturday. That will help push our high temperatures into the mid-30s with mostly cloudy skies and the chance for a few flurries. Then on Sunday, mostly sunny skies with high temperatures in the upper 20s. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore. The Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee climbing to 9 degrees. Heard at the bottom of the hour news tonight in Madison. Strike up the UW band.
Happening today on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Yes, Governor Tony Evers set to deliver the State of the State address live from the Wisconsin State Capitol.
Oh, my God.
It's true, 7 o'clock. Assembly Chambers.
I am jazzed as hell.
The governor's office sharing the speech will focus on the pressing issues facing Wisconsinites and their families.
Jazzed as hell.
Yes, sir. Including lowering out-of-pocket costs for Wisconsin working families, supporting kids in public schools, bolstering efforts to keep our kids' schools, streets, and communities safe, expanding access to mental and behavioral health care, addressing the state's looming child care crisis, and building an economy that works for everyone, according to the governor's communications team.
I am jazzed as hell.
You know all those jazzed as hell cuts? Those are different cuts. different moments, different speeches. Yep. Yes. Sure, also to be on your State of the State address bingo card tonight. You would expect to hear this.
So, you're darn right. We've been fixing the damn roads.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Sometimes he makes it a darn.
I think he does it just to mess with you because you were the first one to really enjoy that line.
Either they have no idea this show even exists, or some staffer that works in his comms department, like lives here in Milwaukee and on the commute every day to Madison is hearing this and us and knows exactly what they're doing.
Got to put that back in there.
I hope that's the one. That was actually from the 2024 address, so he did throw it in there.
Holy mackerel, folks. Let's get to work.
Probably can count on some holy mackerels. Now, this is a year when you have not only the state of the state, but also when you have a budget process. So state of Wisconsin is on a biennial budget, which means every 2 years we do a new budget. So you'll have the budget address coming up later.
How about that?
In February, that happens. So we get everybody back together.
Yes.
Same room, we do it again. Budget address is less of the pomp and circumstance, typically more of the meat and potatoes. This is how we're going to actually do all the stuff, big picture stuff I said.
Okay.
Guarantee, custom dating back to, I don't know how long. Last time I covered a State of the State address from Governor Thompson, he did this.
I don't recall if Walker did. You talking about the UW
Walker
band?
did.
He did it?
Yeah.
Okay, then it's been going on for a long time.
So at least since the Thompson administration, the governor typically closes the State of the State in this way.
UW Marching Band, take it away.
You said who was it who was trying to gavel out once during the band is coming? And
So I have it. You want to hear it?
do you have it?
You got to listen
Yes.
really closely. So former Majority Leader Jim Steineke had to do the gavel out, so they call for him, and they're trying to get it done before the band really blares in. Listen closely.
Representative from the 5th District, Representative Steineke.
He just was starting to speak.
Like to motion to adjourn.
You can hear, if you listen closely, you can hear just the beginning of his first
Representative
word.
from the 5th District, Representative Steineke.
Well, Macron back then, like, it's our
Gotta
turn.
go.
Here we go. Governor's State of the State address, 7 p.m. tonight.
Hey, it's 620 WTMJ's Kristen Bry, and if you're looking for a new dentist, you should check out Dr. James Michaels at Economowalk Dental Care. Dr. Michaels is committed to providing you with the highest level of care possible. He has prioritized patients' needs no matter how sensitive since he began practicing in 1985. If you're due for a dental visit, Economowalk Dental has an $89 new patient special, so you can get the care that you need at an affordable price. In addition to an exam, you'll receive a gentle, professional cleaning that will leave your mouth feeling smooth and rejuvenated. We all have to go to the dentist, so do not put it off any longer. Check out Economowalk Dental Care at drmichaelsdentalcare.com or give them a call at 262-567-7224. That's 262-567-7224. Start 2025 on a good note by feeling confident about your smile and go see my dentist, Dr. James Michaels at Economowalk Dental Care.
6 projects in with Inspired Closets Milwaukee. That's a happy customer. My friends Katie and Dan, they'll custom design solutions for your home to help you cut clutter, calm chaos, and bring order to your family life. This is from Margot. One of the projects they did in her home was adding a desk space to the kitchen area. She wrote, "Our daughter comes home every day and completes her homework at the desk because she loves it so much. Turned out better than we could imagine." Now, that's doing more than just making better use of space. It's actually providing workable solutions to life's challenges. Bring order and function to your home and your family life. Inspired days start in Inspired Closets, inspiredclosetsmilwaukee.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Major League Baseball Hall of Fame inductees for this year are announced, and one of them includes former Brewers pitcher CC Sabathia, headed to the Hall. 3 months he pitched for Milwaukee, and he's a legend here in Brew City. He told MLB Network his children, he's got 4, not terribly impressed by his highlights.
They don't want to watch anything about me. Carter wants to watch Ichiro. He wants to watch all the other guys. He's a Manny Machado fan, so I get no love in my own house. He loves Ellie De La Cruz, so it's all these other guys that he loves to watch besides his dad. But hopefully now I can put a highlight tape together and let him know I was pretty good.
Yeah, I used to do that.
I'm in the Hall of Fame.
I was pretty good, actually.
Also voted in Ichiro Suzuki. He was near unanimous. Only one writer voted not to send Ichiro to the Hall of Fame, and Billy Wagner also going in, a pitcher.
On the sports scoreboard, Golden Eagles pull away from Seton Hall in the second half Tuesday night. They win 76-59. Next up, Villanova on Friday night. UWM at Wright State. That's tonight, 6 p.m. tip on 101.7 The Truth. And the Badgers came up short on the West Coast, trying to make it 8 in a row. Could not do it. 7-game winning streak is broken. Bucky loses to UCLA 85-83. Badger Sports Update sponsored by Siding Unlimited. Siding and a whole lot more.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Happy New Year means a lot of rough days ahead for those who suffer from seasonal affective disorder. Plenty of gray, frigid days on the horizon where we all just want to be snugly and warm at home. And Pella can make your home as beautiful on the outside as it is comfortable on the inside. Celebrate the new year with 0% interest for up to 3 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. But hurry up, you only have until January 31st, so visit PellaWI.com today. Certain restrictions do apply.
Black history is American history. Our sacrifices and achievements make this country stronger. So we celebrate Kamala Harris, the first Black woman vice president in history, General Lloyd Austin, the first Black Secretary of Defense, and Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, the first Black woman on the Supreme Court. History makers who reflect President Biden's commitment to Black America. delivering real results for us. The lowest Black unemployment rate in history. Black child poverty cut in half. Record numbers of new Black entrepreneurs and over $130 billion in student debt forgiven. But there's more to do, including protecting the right to vote and advancing opportunities for all of us to keep making history.
I'm Joe Biden, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Biden for president.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Morning Drive, morning Debbie.
Good morning. We've got eastbound on 94 with an accident at Highway F. That's got the left lane blocked. Emergency crews are on the scene, so you're going to have to shift over towards the right to get around this thing. So watch out for some big delays coming in from before Highway 16. We've also got delays from the Zoo interchange all the way to 35th. The westbound side is backed up from about 20th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Southbound 43 backing up from Silver Spring all the way down towards North Avenue. And then on 41 southbound, backups from about Good Hope Road pretty much all the way down to Capitol Drive. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ forecast sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. High temperatures in the 20s. We pop a 36 on Saturday, but we'll take it given where we've been. Today's high 24 degrees with some scattered snow showers. Afternoon and evening commute could be a little dicey. Not a lot of accumulation, but that's when we expect to see those snow showers really taking effect. Low down to 13 tonight. Right now at 9 in Milwaukee.
Idea Man.
Jordan Love is the guy. First off, even if you don't want him to be the guy, he is the guy.
That's true. Innovator.
That does not mean Jordan Love doesn't need to get a lot better. He needs to be a lot more consistent.
And Packers Hall of Famer.
I just think Jordan Love is a good quarterback that is going through the process of trying to become great.
It's time for Tausch on Wisconsin's Morning News. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and Kohler Services.
Mark Tauscher on Wisconsin's Morning News is sponsored by Kohler Services and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Tausch, this reminds me of when that cat from Arizona caught a touchdown pass that knocked the Vikings out of the playoffs, thus clearing the way for the Packers to make it. Remember, he was up in Green Bay like the following week. The mayor gave him a key to the city. Packers fans rejoiced. It's similar
parade.
To that, right? Yes, remember? Okay. So this is going
there was
on,
a parade.
Yeah, involving the fans in Buffalo. Buffalo going to the AFC Championship after beating the Baltimore Ravens. And it kind of came down to one of the final plays. The Ravens had an opportunity late in that game to tie. You got that, Cuddy?
Yeah, so this is for a 2-point conversion.
Roll, flip it, got it. Oh, the ball was dropped. He had the 2-point conversion in his hands. Andrews did not hold on.
Mark Andrews dropping the ball.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, Baltimore.
Baltimore.
That's how it sounded on CBS there.
So today,
I'm sure you remember this, Vinny and Eric. This is back in like the 90s. Green Bay hadn't won a division or made a playoff in forever. And do you remember the Pittsburgh Steelers wideout that dropped the ball that would have put Pittsburgh ahead, and we would have probably had to put the Favre era that got started? That was kind of the starting point. Does anybody remember what the name of that wide receiver was?
Snow falling in the end zone. I can see it slipping through his hands. Pickens?
Close. That's today's Pittsburgh wideout.
No.
Yancey?
Thigpen. Yancey Thigpen.
There you go. Yancey Thigpen. Yes. So you have that. Listen, it's a tough deal, and I can remember, and I don't know the wideout. I think it was for the Dallas Cowboys that dropped a wide-open touchdown against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and you see all of those. You just don't know if you can overcome stuff like that. But one of the cool things that Buffalo fans do, and it's been, when they got in the playoffs in a similar fashion, kind of to start this Josh Allen era, when there's something like that happens, and obviously everybody, just from a humanity standpoint, you feel bad for Mark Andrews because he's obviously gutted that he let his team down. But then the Buffalo faithful, the Bills Mafia, jumps in there and starts just donating left and right. And I think they've already raised I think over $30,000 for their, for Mark Andrews Foundation. And so it's not going to ever feel perfect, but it feels like Buffalo has kind of set a nice trend that when someone does something nice by dropping a pass and feeling bad about it, you obviously kind of pony up and try at least do your part to make them feel a little bit better.
So as of now, Bills fans have donated more than $50,000 to his charity. And by the way, what makes this awesome, his favorite charity is Breakthrough T1D, which is type 1 diabetes. So that's close to me. I love that. I might have to pitch in a couple of bucks.
Or they might have just said,
it's just
to help Erik.
That's the coolest. I mean, that's the cool part about sports, and I think why we all can get around it. Obviously, we always want our favorite teams to win, and we want our best players to play great. But the kind of that humanity and that angle of it, and you see, unfortunately, you see all of the bad stuff gets magnified so much more. It's great when probably 95 to maybe even higher percentage of guys in the league are good dudes that are trying to do good things in the community. And then when stuff goes south, the fans and the support system, it's a really cool part about professional sports.
What's even more fascinating, Italish, and I've always liked him, Lamar Jackson. So, there's the latest Hard Knocks in-season episode is out, and it shows Jackson, this guy, you want to talk about humanity, they show him just consoling Andrews after the game, saying, hey, we're a team. We did this together. This is not on you. He was being that guy. Then he's congratulating Josh Allen, and then he's sobbing in the locker room because he wanted it so badly. He was showing every emotion to the correct person. He was doing it the right way. It's hard not to root for him.
It is. You know what? I agree, and it's really, the competitive juices flow, and you kind of see how guys react. And when you're in the position, Lamar's going to probably win his third MVP, and for him to kind of carry himself that way, showing the respect, feeling the empathy for your team, and then it all kind of settles back in, is that another season that you couldn't quite get over the hump. And people are going to come at you because you're the quarterback, and they'll say, well, Lamar's great in the regular season, and you have to live with that. It'll make it even that much sweeter when he ends up getting that ring and goes, because when you go through all that, that's another beautiful part of it. If you learn how to handle that, and it sounds like Lamar maybe early in his career didn't, and as you get hardened and as you get those playoff scars that unfortunately most NFL players outside of Patrick Mahomes has to go through, you do find out on the other side, and it'll make it that much sweeter if you can get over the hump.
Does he have to win a ring to be able to get past this, Andrews? Right? Otherwise, I have missed putts and meaningless golf matches that I still think about.
Baltimore.
I'm just some clown who plays golf.
I think very similar. So, Vinny, if you make a putt, a 6-footer in your member guest after you yipped one last year, you'll feel better.
Yes.
I look at it this way. You don't know if you're going to get that opportunity. And one of the great redemptions to me was watching when San Antonio blew that lead and Ray Allen hit it. And for them to come back and win the championship the next year, I don't think it ever fully takes away the fact that things didn't go right the year before, but it certainly alleviates a lot of the pain when you can kind of rectify a bad situation and turn it into something good.
Thanks, Towns. Talk to you tomorrow.
You bet, guys.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
United Performing Arts Fund looks to bounce back in 2025 after a 13% decrease in fundraising last year. In total, the nonprofit raised $9.2 million in 2024. First Federal Bank of Wisconsin has hired from within for its next president. The Waukesha-based bank promoted its chief financial officer, Steve Wiershem, to its top role on Tuesday. A snack bar has opened in downtown Milwaukee on Water Street. Junior Snacks will be open for breakfast, offer all-day snacks, and even have late-night options. I'm Drew Dawson from MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
We know what you're thinking, and all we can tell you is to drive careful.
Yep, Wisconsin roads are no joke this time of year, especially when you're driving on old, worn-out tires.
Schedule yourself a tire appointment with Richlands. We carry all sorts of tire brands, including Goodyear, Kelly, Continental, and General, to name a few.
And every tire we install automatically comes with free tire mounting, free lifetime tire rotation, free flat tire repairs, and free alignment inspections.
Not to mention free wheel corrosion cleaning, lifetime warranty spin balance, and prorated tire protection.
Let's just say if you're driving around town, especially this time of year on old, worn-out tires, you're due for tire service.
Courtney's right. And remember, be safe, buckle up, and hey, always make sure you have good tread on your tires, because cold, wet, icy roads are no joke. I'm Brett Matchke with Richlands, and you're due for service.
Richlands Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richlands.
David Nason here, your trusted Fix-It Show guy, here to give you some essential home maintenance advice. If you're dealing with leaks, stains, cracks in your basement, it's time to call the experts I trust at Accurate Basement Repair. They've fixed many of our listeners' basements, and the results were fantastic. Dry, secure, and peace of mind restored. Don't let basement issues mess up your home. Trust Accurate Basement Repair to get the job done right. Call them today.
Thanks, David. Accurate Basement Repair. We're not just good, we're accurate.
Who doesn't need a seasonal wardrobe update? But who has the cash to always keep their wardrobe updated? Ladies, that's why you shop St. Vincent de Paul. Our women's clothing is always a highlight of our stores, and thrift store prices keep the costs low. It allows you to experiment and also find a hidden gem. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Built Right. One location saves you money.
You gotta get to Built Right today.
Trusted, relevant, locally owned, locally programmed. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ Milwaukee.
Just after 8 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News, Wednesday, January 22nd. Our top story, preparing for mass deportations.
I'm Erik Bilstad. An AI fight brewing in Port Washington.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, and on eastbound 94, still dealing with an accident at Highway F in Waukesha County. The left lane is blocked, and that's got things backed up onto Highway 16 and beyond. So just be careful with that. We've also got this other one on 94 eastbound at 35th Street off on the right shoulder. That's got backups from before 84th Street to the point of the accident scene. Northbound 41 slowing out of the zoo pretty much all the way up past Burleigh. And the southbound side is going to be backed up from Good Hope Road all the way down to Burleigh as well. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Nearly at double digits this morning, on our way to a high of 24 degrees with less than an inch of accumulation in snow showers through the day. Snow should come to an end tonight with low down to 13. Right now at 9 degrees with wind chills still below zero. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the White House kicking off its mass deportation plan. Alabama Republican Senator Katie Britt says immigration agents arrested 308 illegal immigrants on Tuesday alone. No confirmation from ICE of yet this morning, White House or the Department of Homeland Security. News Nation's Robert Sherman.
Day one messaging coming from this new administration is that things are going to be done very differently along the U.S.-Mexico border. One of those changes that we knew was coming, the reinstatement of the Remain in Mexico policy. That means those who are seeking asylum here in the United States must wait on the Mexican side of the border as their asylum cases process. We also know that the way that parole cases are going to be looked at, that will be different as well.
As the White House looks to expel thousands of undocumented migrants from the U.S., there is a possibility the National Guard could be used to help conduct some federal raids in Wisconsin. The Dodge County Sheriff Dale Schmidt tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News that his office is not authorized to conduct any detainment of individuals, but says national agencies will be able to do so.
So I don't have the authority to go into the community and say, you're here illegally, I'm picking you up and taking you to be deported. I don't have that ability to do that. And no sheriff, no police department, none of us can do that. we need to have ICE there to serve that immigration warrant, civil warrant on them.
Schmidt says regardless of whether a criminal has citizenship or not, he says laws must be upheld.
President Trump unveiling a new $500 billion AI partnership between OpenAI, Oracle, and SoftBank. They're calling it Stargate. News Nation's Kelly Meyer.
That is a big investment that they're talking about, the $500 billion to invest in this, what they're calling Stargate over the next 4 years. And they mentioned some of the applications that they're building with that. Electronic health records, not just maintaining, but doctors better understanding the conditions of their patients and the healthcare plans for the future. They essentially said this is the promise of AI and the promise of the future.
President says Stargate could create 100,000 American jobs through the AI plants and colossal data centers nationwide.
Meanwhile, a fight is brewing between the city and towns of Port Washington over a proposed $33 million AI data center.
At issue is an approved agreement that would allow the city to annex the site of the planned data center in the town, overtaking around 17% of its total land. Town residents voicing frustrations Tuesday night.
This is not what I signed up for. I'm out of here. Most of us are here tonight because we feel you're not listening to us.
Land in the town of Port Washington has been protected from annexation due to a 2004 border agreement that was expected to sunset at the end of this year. City and town leaders have both agreed to move that expiration date up to February 1st. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
People on the Gulf Coast are digging out after an unprecedented winter storm. Beaches in Alabama with a blanket of snow. Louisiana sending out its first ever blizzard warnings. New Orleans shattering its one-day snowfall record with more than 8 inches. The French Quarter buried in snow. Catching tourists off guard.
The tour guide swore that it wasn't going to snow, and if it snowed, there's no way it was going to stick. As soon as it hit the ground, it was going to melt. And so I guess he was wrong.
You know what? That tour guide's just like all of us parents. Like, we're not going to have school tomorrow. Yeah, you're going to have school tomorrow.
Coming up, a shocking twist in England.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 8:06.
News is sponsored by BBC Lighting. Thousands of specialty light fixtures open Monday through Saturday.
Hi, folks. This is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. With colder weather in the forecast and no festivals to attend, our showroom is a year-round festival the whole family will enjoy. Read our reviews. Our store has it all, including the finest lighting and ceiling fans available, such as Visual Comfort, Hubbardton, Tech, and hundreds more at unbeatable prices. I guarantee it. If it's repairs or lampshades you need, we have all that too. There's also unique sports and historical items, neon lights, slot machines, and much more for sale. You'll find fun for the kids and our famous free popcorn. BBC is open Monday through Saturday and located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue near Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
Hair Volume is the best-selling hair tablet in the world and one of many award-winning natural hair products from New Nordic. Purchase at newnordicusa.com or CVS.
Get your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval to buy at accunet.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 8:08.
Minutes before his privacy trial was supposed to open, it was a day late, lawyers for Prince Harry announced that an out-of-court settlement has been reached.
A lawyer for Rupert Murdoch's News Group newspapers has just said it offers a full and unequivocal apology to the prince, quote, for the phone hacking, surveillance, and misuse of private information by journalists and private investigators instructed by them. An admission, then, that the invasions that the prince said blighted his life from his teenage years onwards did take place. Vicki Barker, CBS News.
Yet another round in the legal battle between a couple of feuding movie stars.
What's your name?
Lily. Actor and director Justin Baldoni has released raw footage from the set of It Ends With Us, featuring a steamy dance scene with his co-star Blake Lively, who's filed a sexual harassment complaint against him. Baldoni's legal team claims the clips prove they're both behaving with mutual respect and professionalism. Lively's lawyers say it's a stunt to continue a campaign of harassment and retaliation. Baldoni has sued Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, for $400 million, alleging a smear campaign to ruin his career. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
If you're in the market for a new phone, you'll want to watch what Samsung does today.
It's January, and that means for Samsung, it's Galaxy Unpacked.
The first big phone launch of any new year.
Android Authority's C. Scott Brown says the company will show off some new phones.
The Galaxy S25, S25 Plus, and S25 Ultra.
And some upgrades to its generative artificial intelligence technology, something competitor Apple has struggled with in recent months.
Samsung is taking a under-promise and over-deliver approach, whereas I think Apple is doing the opposite.
Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 8:10.
Hey, business owners, are you looking to sell your business? I'm sure you have plenty of questions. WTMJ's John Mercure here. Join me for our latest Annex Wealth Management webinar. I'll be joined by Brandon Lehman and Brian Lamborn from Annex Wealth Management as we answer your questions. Who should you consult? And of course, when is the best time for you to sell your business? Sign up for this free webinar on Wednesday, January 29th. Text WEB to 855-616-1620 to sign up for the free webinar. Only here on WTMJ.
You know where your house loses the most energy? The walls. 35%. Attic is next. Vince Vitrano here for USA Insulation. Let's tighten that up and start saving money on your heating and cooling from day one. And one day is often all it takes to fill your walls with USA's innovative injection foam that's way more efficient than your standard wall insulation. Jeff's the owner of this locally operated company, says they go around the exterior of the house, they inject a small tube into your walls, and then they foam it up. Not entirely sure that's how it sounds, but it goes from bottom to top, and you're saving money instantly. How much does it cost? Typical ranch-style home, about $7,500, but USA Insulation will work with you to get energy rebates and discounts that could save you thousands. Free in-home consultation. Tell them Vinny sent you to USA Insulation. That's usainsulation.net.
Every so often in medicine, something comes along that is truly revolutionary.
Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, former orthopedic surgeon, now National Medical Director at QC Kinetics.
I believe this is one of those things.
Dr. Scheinkup is talking about regenerative medicine, something he's practiced, researched, and written about for nearly 2 decades.
The old ways of dealing with joint pain, such as steroids and surgery, are no longer the best ways.
If you have pain from arthritis or injury, you owe it to yourself to learn more about this exciting option, using your own body's natural power to get lasting relief. And there's no better place to learn than QC Kinetics.
There is no one in this country today with more clinics, more satisfied patients, more advanced protocols, or more experience in using this exciting option to deliver life-changing results.
Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
8:12 on Wisconsin's Morning News. How's the morning drive, Deb?
Well, it's busy, that's for sure. Pretty busy. Eastbound on 94, we had an earlier accident at about Highway F that had the left lane blocked. Looked like they were able to clear that. Delays are still sticking around. They are backed up onto Highway 16 and almost all the way to Highway SS. So be careful with that. Beyond that, then we have that earlier accident at 35th Street still being worked on eastbound 94. That's off on the right shoulder. We've got delays basically from 92nd Street all the way through to that point. Northbound 41, very heavy from the zoo all the way up to Burleigh. Southbound's backed up from Good Hope Road all the way down to Burleigh as well. And then southbound 43, a heavy ride from Silver Spring all the way down towards North Avenue. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
On our way to a high of 24 degrees today. Some scattered snow showers. Less than an inch of accumulation when it's all said and done by tonight. Clearing out late with a low of 13. Tomorrow's high 20 degrees. Right now we're at 9 in Milwaukee.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here are your hosts, Erik Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
8:13 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Erik Bilstad, Vince Vitrano here with you till 9 o'clock. Debbie will keep on the traffic. Adam Roberts in the newsroom. Greg Pancake Hill produces the program. You know, one of the news stations popped up with the Trump first 100 days, right? And you talk about presidencies and various other administrations. When in the first 100 days, I will do whatever. Right? I'm looking at the first 100 hours, and I'm exhausted.
Right?
I'm exhausted, one, because there's a lot to look at. A lot of policy has been proposed,
Yes.
some enacted.
Yes.
On top of that, I'm exhausted already about the debate over it. The president has made a lot of people angry, and there's a lot of opposition to that. He's made a lot of his supporters very happy as he fulfills the things that he said he was going to do.
He was campaigning on a lot of this
for a long time.
Yeah.
So exhausting first several hours in office. We're 2 days in. This is day 3.
And more today.
Happening today.
Yeah, so federal DEI employees today are being placed on leave. Their jobs and their work are being abolished.
President Trump's Office of Personnel Management says federal employees working on diversity, equity, and inclusion programs are to be gone by the close of business today on the way to being laid off. It follows Trump's executive order to rescind all DEI efforts within the federal government. DEI contracts are being canceled.
CBS correspondent Michael Toscano. So Trump also directing the Attorney General's office to come up with plans to deter the private sector from adopting or continuing DEI programs. And we've kind of seen that already happen a little bit in a lot of different companies, even here locally, where the DEI stuff that used to be on the website or some of the programs enacted have been subtly pushed aside or eliminated, or just, they've pulled back on, if you will.
This is what the president wrote in one of his official communications. Individual dignity, hard work, and excellence are fundamental to American greatness. This executive order reaffirms these values by ending the Biden-Harris administration's anti-constitutional and deeply demeaning equity mandates, terminating DEI and protecting civil rights. And it's a lengthy release and details everything that was in one of those many executive orders.
More executive orders being discussed now. Among those now getting legal looks is the birthright citizenship, which is automatically given to someone if they are born in the U.S. If you're born in the U.S., no matter who your parents are, you are an American citizen. The White House wants to abolish that.
Birthright citizenship has been the 14th Amendment. It's been a longstanding practice for, well over 100 years. And that is actually already being challenged by the ACLU and just hours after that announcement. So that's going to be a major legal challenge.
Yeah, that's Dr. Paul Nolet. He was on Wisconsin's Afternoon News. He's the Les Aspin Center for Government director. So he says, you're going to see pushback on this because of the 14th Amendment. Well, Trump has already been sued 5 times by a combined 22 states and 2 cities over this executive order alone. And Wisconsin among more than a dozen states that's in one of those lawsuits that's filed out of Massachusetts.
Looks like Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul has signed on to join, but will not be leading the effort, right?
Correct.
The first case you said was in Seattle.
There's another one in Washington. Okay. That one will start up tomorrow. 4 states are involved in that one. So what's going to happen with this executive order then, Ed O'Keefe from CBS?
The litigation that he's inviting with this, and that those that help put those executive orders are provoking, mean that it could be months, if not years, before some of these executive actions are ever enforced, or months or years before they're completely canceled out by courts.
Which begs the question, no matter what happens, will this deter or prevent people from trying to do this? Is that part of the motivation? Even though it may not get set in stone, will this drop the numbers, decline, scare people off from trying to give birth in the country?
I think the other question it begs is what happens in the interim, to the point while this is litigated, which is why even if you ultimately support the idea that we shouldn't have birthright citizenship, you might possibly also support a stay on the execution of that. The court could do that just because you leave people in limbo. And let's remove any nefarious purpose. Let's say there's just a couple vacationing here. They were on their vacation from France. Wife goes into labor early and has a child here in America. Okay, wasn't trying to put one over on anybody or anything like that. Just say that happened, right? She gave birth at 7 months. She wasn't planning on it. Is that child an American citizen or no?
Or is that one considered okay because by definition not nefarious?
What happens in the interim while this is ultimately
I think they have
out?
to have put in an application to actually get that. So if you
get that dual citizenship?
Yeah, exactly. So then if you do have a child like that, then, and then you just go home and don't do anything about it, the kid's not necessarily American unless you fill out the forms.
Boy, you should fill out that form, though.
In triplicate.
I suppose. But right, what happens to the form? So I think some folks who maybe even ultimately support the president on this, and there are many who don't, clearly, but could also be okay with the court saying, well, give us time to work this out. And that could, as you indicate, take years.
Moving on, President Trump's threat to swiftly impose a 10% duty on imports from China has been met with an equally swift response from Beijing. We're talking tariffs.
China has vowed to defend its national interests against any tariff threats, with a foreign ministry spokeswoman repeating Beijing's line that there are no winners in a trade war or a tariff war. During President Trump's first term, China retaliated against the U.S. tariffs by imposing its own on American-made goods, so that could happen again. Vicki Barker, CBS News.
So all the tariff talk so far, maybe just testing the waters. We'll see what happens there. China obviously is paying attention to that, as is Mexico, Canada, and others. You want a little bit more of a fun one?
Yes, I want a fun one.
Okay. Drones. New Jersey drones, to be exact.
What happened to the drones? We predicted this was going to happen. Remember when it was hot for 2-3 weeks, and then we're like, what's going to happen? Thanksgiving came, and we all forgot.
So don't forget, there was a drone ban. All right, so we had this drone ban that was issued in mid-December through mid-January, but we saw reported sightings drop at that point. However, new data is showing at least 36 sightings were logged the week of January 1, and nearly half were spotted in New Jersey. So now there is suggestion that some other ones have popped up. They were pulsating and appeared to be lower than a star, one eyewitness wrote on a UAP tracking website. Videos also indicate other things, flashing green lights overhead. One, a circular blue orb high in the air. Another one that kind of looked like an airplane. Well, perhaps it was an airplane. Who knows? But anyway, so this is obviously still something that's being discussed. So what does the president think on this? Remember, President Trump said when he took office he was going to get to the bottom of it and let us all know. Well, he was asked about it while in the Oval Office.
I would like to find out what it is and tell the people.
And can you commit to some kind of...
In fact, I'd like to do that. Could we find out what that was, Susie? Okay? Yeah, why don't we find out immediately? I mean, I can't imagine it's an enemy, or there would have been, people would have gotten blown up all over. Maybe they were testing things. I don't know why they wouldn't have said what it was. They had a lot of them flying over Bedminster, which is interesting.
Yeah.
It's his golf property.
So that's all that we've heard so far on drones. So he was asking his chief of staff there, hey, can we get some information?
Oh, that's Susie. Susan Wiles,
yes.
His chief of staff.
Yeah, you heard him call to her.
Remember we were going to do that thing on the drones? Just take care of that. Let me know.
So we'll see if anything ever comes of it. It could very well be that it's a whole bunch of nothing. Maybe it was just a nothing burger from the start.
It's buzzing on the roads, Deb.
Yeah.
You see what Erik did there?
I like it.
Yeah, you like it?
I like that song. All right.
Because the drones buzz.
This is jamming. Okay. Southbound on 43, we've got delays from Silver Spring all the way down to North Avenue. No, I'm not trying to bury the lead. I'm just kind of tired of leading with the accidents. But we do have one. This is, the 35th Street accident has been cleared. We just have a vehicle left over off on the right side, so they're calling that one a broken down or disabled vehicle. Slowing things, though, from 84th Street to that point. Westbound, you're seeing delays from 27th to Mitchell Boulevard. We've also got a crash on the off-ramp from westbound 94 to Highway 100, so heads up with that. Eastbound 94, also around the Highway 16 area, still big delays, basically from before Highway 16 all the way through to almost Blue Mound Road. And then on 4394, backing up out of the Mitchell interchange on the Plainfield curve, all the way up to about Oklahoma Avenue, or the KK River crossing, actually. We do have a broken down vehicle off on the left shoulder. It might be a cause of that. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
We hear the eating is good in New Orleans.
Zion Williamson.
Sometimes too good.
When he took a deep breath, his belly bounced. That kind of belly.
The Bucks head south to feast on the Pelicans.
A reset. Dame going to launch one from the logo, and Logo Lillard right back at it again.
Our Bucks radio game day coverage starts tonight at 6:30. We are the home of the Bucks. WTMJ.
I had no idea my vision benefits covered so much. Vince Vitrano here for Shopco Optical. Don't let yours go to waste. I did that for years, and I'd been struggling to read small print. Finally went in for a real eye exam. The team at Shopko Optical, I went to the Hales Corners location because that's near me on the south side. So good. Walked me through everything they were looking at, everything they were testing for. And in the end, we found out I need to see better, not only for reading, but also driving at night. And my benefits covered so much of the cost, even to frames and lenses. I only regret not going in sooner. Contact lenses, more your style? Shopko Optical is a place for that, too. They do it all right there, one location, and dozens of them across southeast Wisconsin. There's one near your home or work for sure, and it's a name you know and trust. Call Shopko Optical or get started online at shopko.com to schedule an appointment.
Save big money now at Menards. Stand up to life's messes with our great selection of durable and waterproof flooring. Great Lakes vinyl plank flooring is easy to install and is durable, pet-friendly, and waterproof. Plus, it has sound-reducing attached pad for added comfort. Update your spaces with Great Lakes Legends vinyl plank flooring through January 26th for just $2.99 per square foot. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm Dr. Jasmine Zapata, Chief Medical Officer for Community Health at the Wisconsin Department of Health Services. Every year in the U.S., about 21,000 lung cancer deaths are caused by radon, an odorless, tasteless, and colorless gas. 1 in 10 Wisconsin homes has high levels of radon. Does yours? Call 1-888-LOW-RADON or visit lowradon.org to learn more. Test, fix, save a life.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here, asking you to join me in October as my wife and I explore the magical kingdoms of Southeast Asia, from the villages of Vietnam and the temples of Cambodia to the friendly locals of Laos and the beachside resort in stunning, lively Thailand. I hope you'll join us for this unforgettable journey. Ancient and mysterious worlds of rural landscapes, bustling cities, and fascinating history in Vietnam. Explore the Chu Chi tunnels used by the Viet Cong. Experience a street food adventure through Hanoi and cherish the serenity of Hai Long Bay on a beautiful boat ride. Bangkok in Thailand, the beaches in Thailand, history, tradition, food. If you'd like more information on this great trip, send me an email. john.mercure@wtmj.com. john.mercure@wtmj.com. It's Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos. I'm super jazzed about this trip. Send me an email. I send you the info. john.mercure, MERCURE, @wtmj.com.
I just wanna scream hello. My God, it's been so long. Never dreamed
Netflix celebrating, says it beat revenue and profit projections in the final quarter of last year.
Good. Congrats.
Yeah, how about that? It raised subscriber prices across the board after. So, hey, look how well we did. Now we're going to charge you more.
Netflix announcing another round of price hikes. The ad-supported tier will now cost $7.99 a month, up from $6.99. The standard ad-free tier will go from $15.49 to $17.99 per month. And the cost of the premium tier is increasing by $2 to $24.99. The price hike comes even though Netflix just saw its biggest ever quarterly jump in subscribers. Fresh off the Mike Tyson-Jake Paul boxing match in November, which drew 108 million viewers.
Yeah, they had that great Christmas, too. So Netflix added a record 19 million subscribers during the fourth quarter, pushing its total above 300 million. So the strategy is, okay, you got them. Now charge them more?
Right. That's a net flex is what that is. Oh, yeah? And you need us so much, you're not going to dump it.
Really?
What I'm waiting for is for some of these, and I don't know if they're all the same, but Netflix, you go month to month, right?
Yes.
So you can drop like with no penalty.
I believe
so. You don't have like a year contract or whatever. What I'm waiting for is that to me is the next shoe to drop for some of these that are maybe hanging on for survival is now you got to sign a year deal.
Then it's even more and more like what we've always had.
That everyone rejects. No,
except we can't fast forward the ads. These ads are forced on us.
They're burned in.
We cannot skip them.
Unless you've got the mega premium. What was that, 25 bucks? What am I paying for with 25 bucks?
So this is the, where is it now? You got me all. Okay, so the cost of the premium tier goes up $2 to $24.99. So premium tier pancake is when it's like hologram and HK or something like that.
You can actually be a part of the show.
The actors are in your
and they
home.
give you writing credits. You can just like start writing
Your
episodes.
screen opens up and
Yeah.
you step through.
It's like choose your own adventure.
I'd pay $25 a month.
Think of Mike TV from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
I'm Mike TV.
We are
Wham,
exaggerating.
you're dead.
We are. It just got better quality, I guess. So.
Yeah, literally a better picture. That's it.
Well, which is increasingly important for the sports if they want to get into actually doing NFL and whatever.
Do you know what I watch the sports on?
The
An
TV?
antenna.
Oh, yeah?
And it's amazing. The picture is phenomenal on an antenna.
Well, again, not if
Just
they
saying.
keep dumping this stuff on streaming platforms where you have to. Now, usually when you're in the home market, that's something else that'll begin to slide too. Right now, the home market is protected, and because the Packers are both home markets, Green Bay and Milwaukee, because they played so many years here in Milwaukee,
Yeah, you're safe.
we
we're
get
safe.
those games over the air. We still get them for free, the ones that are on Prime
Monday
or on
night.
Netflix,
Yep,
right,
yep.
on ESPN even. But I wonder if that will change down the road as well. And then we'll be paying $500 a month for all of our stuff. I guess you could just read a book.
There is that option.
8:30 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Dang.
Time's ticking on Heiser's Drive Into 2025 sales event. The clock is literally running out on remaining 2024 models. We're making room for new rides, which means huge savings just for you. Shop online or race in today and get a new vehicle for way less than expected. With low payments, special financing, and immediate delivery, you'll start 2025 in style without breaking the bank. But hurry, because once they're gone, they're gone. Visit Heiser.com now for all of the details and get ready to roll into the new year with a celebratory deal.
See dealer for complete details.
Our favorite reason to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler? Free service for life with no fine print. That's right. When you buy your engagement ring or any piece of jewelry at Diamonds Direct, you will never have to pay a dime in the future for sizing, cleaning, or routine maintenance. At Diamonds Direct, there's no gotcha clause, no fine print, no looking for ways to void the warranty. Diamonds Direct, the jeweler you can trust with a no questions asked 100% free lifetime warranty with no strings attached. Come see us to learn more.
Reason number 52 to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler. Only Diamonds Direct gives you a 110% diamond upgrade guarantee. Diamonds Direct will give you 110% of your original purchase price toward the new stone. That's 10% more than you paid the first time. Guaranteed appreciation. Who else does this? There's no fine print and no minimum purchase requirement. It's 10% more, period. Buy with confidence. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Hey, it's Kristen Bry, and you should tune in to Spanning the State this week from 1 to 3 p.m. for your chance to win 2 tickets to experience the legendary music of Pink Floyd live in concert with the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra. This unforgettable show is happening at the Riverside Theater on February 7th. Tickets are on sale now at papstheatergroup.com. You don't want to miss Pink Floyd's legendary music like you've never heard it before, with a full rock band and orchestra. Be sure to tune in to Spanning the State this week for your chance to win.
At Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, we have finance options for new exterior remodeling projects for almost anybody. And if you have the right credit, we'll beat your bank's rate.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper Fi.
8:32 on Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News, Wednesday, January 22nd. Our top story, a big to-do tonight in Madison.
I'm Erik Bilstad, a big to-do in Port Washington.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. There are no to-dos here. We have
No
slowing.
to-dos are good
There's
to-dos.
a few to-dos, I suppose, if you want to call a crash a to-do. Crash on the off-ramp to Highway 100 from 94 westbound. Delays, though, definitely from Highway 16 onto 94 eastbound all the way to Barker Road. Also on southbound 41, heavy from Appleton Avenue all the way down to about Capitol Drive. Northbound's backed up out of the zoo, up towards Capitol Drive as well. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
On our way to a high of 24 degrees today with scattered snow showers, less than an inch of accumulation. Snow ending early tonight, then clearing out with a low of 13. Right now, Milwaukee at 9 degrees, wind chill at 11 below. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers planning his annual State of the State address tonight.
Among the topics expected to be addressed, his 2024 accomplishments, policy priorities for the new year, and a preview of the biennial state budget. Last year's speech was notable in that Assembly Speaker Robin Vos immediately after critiqued the governor for not mentioning tax relief. Republicans introduced a tax cut package just hours later.
Worst case scenario, he can pick several out of the categories of tax relief to be able to sign them into law.
Among the 4 proposals, only a child care tax cut was approved by Governor Evers. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News. Several residents in the town of Port Washington aren't happy with a planned AI data center.
I'm hearing that there are pros and cons to this, but I haven't seen those listed anywhere and itemized.
I think it takes such hubris to make a decision like this without listening to the people impacted.
So the $33 million proposal would require the city of Port Washington to annex about 17% of the town's land. Land annexation has been banned in the town since 2004. That agreement will sunset in February. Now, the data center development company Cloverleaf is promising the project will bring between 50 and 100 jobs.
A historic winter storm dumped nearly a foot of snow in places in the deep south and the southeast.
Many places from coastal Texas to coastal Georgia have never seen so much snow before from a single storm. This little girl enjoyed the rare snowfall in the South Alabama town of Geneva.
Getting to throw snowballs at my brother.
These men live in historic Selma, Alabama.
You know, it's just something we don't see very regularly here.
I had to get the long johns on.
Many places in the deep south and southeast are also seeing record cold temperatures. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
A transmission issue is prompting Jeep to recall about 63,000 older Jeeps. More from CBS contributor Jeff Gilbert.
The vehicles have a power transfer unit that can disengage the transmission. As a result, they can lose power or even roll away while in park. Owners of the 2017 through 19 Jeep Cherokees are advised to make sure the parking brake is applied. No injuries have been reported.
Now, earlier this month, there was already a recall of about 80,000 2024 Jeep Wagoneers and Grand Wagoneers and the Grand Cherokees and Grand Cherokee L vehicles because of a rear view camera module. Again, that was an earlier one. Now we have this newer one from these older Jeep models.
Time for news about your money. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The opening bell minutes ago. Dow Jones Industrial Average rising again, up about 57 points so far to 44,083. S&P 500 at 6080. That top 6,000 once again yesterday, up 31 points so far today. And the NASDAQ up more than 200 to 19,969. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Traffic sponsored by the residential and commercial electrical experts at Best Electric. It's bestelect.com.
Connect with Best Electric for panel upgrades, electrical vehicle charging installation, and residential electric service calls. Visit bestelect.com today.
Coming up, we now know how they broke into those celebrity athlete homes.
Hey, business owners, are you looking to sell your business? I'm sure you have plenty of questions. WTMJ's John Mercure here. Join me for our latest Annex Wealth Management webinar. I'll be joined by Brandon Lehman and Brian Lamborn from Annex Wealth Management as we answer your questions. Who should you consult? And of course, when is the best time for you to sell your business? Sign up for this free webinar on Wednesday, January 29th. Text WEB to 855-616-1620 to sign up for the free webinar. Only here on WTMJ.
No matter how many people are in your family, buying new jackets for the cold weather months can be expensive. But when you shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, prices on cold weather jackets will give you a sigh of relief because thrift store prices mean great deals. And right now we have a great selection. Find great deals on cold weather jackets for the family at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
You got to get to Built Right today. Vince Vitrano to tell you about Built Right's extended New Year's mattress sale. Their one location saves you time and money, and they make it easy to shop, easy to buy. Built Right beats any big box, national or local chain store, department store, employee-free store, online retailer, or warehouse club because they have the guaranteed lowest prices. Built-Right also has the best value, selection, and experienced team in Wisconsin. Over 60 models, 500 mattresses in stock. Choose from the best mattress brands made in the USA: Heirloom, Gold Bond, Therapeutic, Restonic, and Schiffman. Built-Right specializes in hard-to-find, flippable, two-sided, and heavy-duty mattresses that hold up to 600 pounds. Plus, Built-Right offers free delivery and removal on mattress-only purchases of $7.99 or more. Built-Right saves you money. Voted best place to shop. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sunday, closed to be with family. Make sure to tell them Vinny sent you to Built-Right, just off of 894, 54th and Layton Avenue in Greenfield. 8:39, Wisconsin's Morning News on this Wednesday morning. Is this the big break in the case? We've been talking about it since, I think our guy was the first, Bobby Portis, the first among these star athletes to have his house broken into, and then it's gone to other sports, other high-profile individuals, and we've got an arrest?
An arrest has been made. Now, for the Bobby Portis situation,
we don't know.
The details, we expect to learn more from River Hills PD on that potentially on Friday. So there's the possibility that a police report will be released. But as of now, that's a possibility. So that'll come Friday with Bobby Portis. But yeah, it's happened to others as well, including Patrick Mahomes and to Joe Burrow, the quarterback of the Bengals, while he was actually playing the game.
Burrow, sideline, chase, spin, touchdown, Bengals.
Yeah, Monday Night Football on December 9th, Burrow was on the field for all the world to see, and at that same time, while he was playing, his home was ransacked, a bedroom window shattered, and he lost several items. Well, now, apparently, they have arrested 4 people they believe was involved.
Burrow, one of a number of athletes victim to a string of robberies. Now, 4 Chilean nationals facing charges after they were apprehended by an Ohio State highway patrolman who spotted suspicious luggage being carried to a vehicle outside a hotel, according to court records. The officer pulling the car over. 3 of the 4 men inside allegedly presenting fake IDs.
That's ABC's Will Reeves. So apparently after searching the vehicle, this officer says he discovered tools which burglars use to break glass. So rocks, a hammer of some kind. But anyway, they found some items that clearly they were using to break glass, along with an old shirt from LSU. That's where Burrow went to college. A Bengals hat. They believe both those items were taken from Burrow's
We're just
home.
really big fans.
Yeah, so what are you doing with this stuff? What's the plan?
They many times will bring false passports with them to go open bank accounts. And once they can do that, whatever they can turn stolen goods into cash, they then wire the money back to their homeland, and then they leave.
That's ABC's Brad Garrett. So if they did it there, perhaps they did something similar with Bobby. You remember the FBI and the feds got involved, warning all the leagues, saying, hey, this is a thing that we think may be connected, all of them being a network. It's possible. We should learn more about the Bobby Portis situation later this week.
The other possibility is connected in the idea, but not necessarily the same perpetrators,
Yes,
right?
you're right.
Somebody else got the idea of like, oh, yeah, that's a good
great
idea. We know
idea.
exactly when these guys aren't home and when they'll be home, right? And so it could be a case of copycats, but at least these guys specifically tied to the Burrow situation.
4 Chilean nationals now in custody.
841, Wisconsin's Morning News. What do you see on the roads, Deb?
Looks like she's working.
Yes.
There she is.
I am here. We have eastbound 94 backing up pretty much from from Highway 16 all the way down and into the interchange there, and then to about Highway F. Then it starts to lighten up, only to slow down again right past Barker Road, all the way to Brookfield Road. And then we've got a new accident at Hawley Road on 94 eastbound. This is off on the right shoulder, so watch out for those delays there. Backups basically from just past the Zoo interchange all the way to 35th. Also northbound on 4394, backing up from the Mitchell interchange around the Plainfield curve all the way up to the KK River crossing. There was a broken down vehicle there before, but that's been cleared. Hopefully these delays will start easing up. And we got southbound on 43, slowing down from about Silver Spring down towards North Avenue. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Erik Bilstad. As we ring in 2025, are you heading into the new year with the same old joint pain? It's time to make a resolution, to get moving again. No more achy joints for your knees, your hips, shoulders, or your back. you're going to call QC Kinetics in 2025, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine and joint preservation. Got locations in Greenfield and Mequon under the leadership of Medical Director Dr. Ashley Caravelli. Yes, you can revitalize your joints with advanced orthobiologic treatments at QC Kinetics. No steroids, no drugs, no surgery. This is the future of medicine using an array of natural solutions. So many of your neighbors here in Milwaukee are living life again without the constant pain in their joints. Here's what you do. Resolve to get lasting relief in 2025. Call QC Kinetics today, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. Call QC Kinetics today. Happy New Year.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. So I was looking at some of the bushes that have overgrown on my property, and I love our yard, but I need dormant pruning. That's what takes place during the winter when it's safe to cut back things so you have healthier trees and bushes around your house. Check right now to see if you've got stuff scraping against the siding or needs to be cut back, and schedule it now. Design Build landscaping projects are a year-round topic. Landworks Wisconsin does it the right way every time. They help people achieve their outdoor dreams by creating beautiful landscapes. I love these guys. LandworksWisconsin.com. Check them out today.
8:45, Wisconsin's Morning News. Tough question to answer here. Okay, a mile from your home, they say, hey, we got this great proposal, there's all this land or whatever, we want to build a nuclear power plant. You're going to that meeting, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
No. Why? Why are you going to that meeting and saying and holding sign? You'll have signs in your yard.
My initial reaction be, what does this do for the value of my house?
Yes,
and that's
right?
like just taking heart out of it. Just thinking as far as like the money situation. Will this hurt the value of the home? If it's not going to, then the second question is, okay, is there any? When you hear nuke
right
near your house, you wonder.
It's because of question 2 that question 1 exists.
Correct.
Right? Because there is a fear, founded or otherwise, that there could be some sort of nuclear disaster that would put my family and whatever at risk. Then we ask question 1 of how is this going to hurt the value of our home? For me, like if it were me and in our community, I think same process for you is, while I personally think that nuclear energy can be done safely, we're doing it right now in Wisconsin. Oh, by the way, in case you didn't know, yes, we have a nuclear power plant here, right? It continues to operate safely. Even though that's my ideology and belief, I also recognize it's not everyone's, and some folks might say, I don't want to live anywhere near a nuke plant.
Right.
And therefore, does that hurt the value of my home that we've invested in, that we hope to capitalize on? So that's at the root of the question that I ask, because there is going to be a renewed focus on at least exploring the potential for nuclear power here in Wisconsin. And one of the things that makes it even so timely is the announcement that we talked about in the news from President Trump just yesterday.
To announce the largest AI infrastructure project by far in history, and it's all taking place right here in America.
The president was joined by the CEOs of 3 of the world's leading tech firms, announcing what he says will be a $500 million investment in AI infrastructure in America. It's called Stargate. And so in order to do AI, it requires a huge amount, like an inconceivable amount of computing power.
It's not up in the cloud.
Yes.
You actually need like machinery.
Yes. The cloud is machines. The cloud isn't in space. It's in data centers.
Yes.
These giant warehouse-type facilities that house, as small as they are, chips. So many computer chips in these servers. And it's a big announcement. ABC's Selena Wang does point out this word of caution that we appreciate here in Wisconsin.
It is one thing to secure the commitments. It is another thing to make sure that these commitments come true. Remember back in 2017, Trump announced that Foxconn would be building this massive factory in Wisconsin that would create more than 10,000 jobs. Well, That never ended up happening. So we will see how all of this turns out.
Okay, we remember. However, a lot of folks have added, and they're right on this. The infrastructure work that was done on that Foxconn site in Racine County, Mount Pleasant, cleared the way for exactly what we're talking about. One of these huge data centers that's being built by Microsoft. It's north of a $3 billion investment in Wisconsin. Now, that was undertaken well ahead of this announcement for the Trump administration.
You ever driven down there by that, by the way?
Yeah.
It's kind of eerie. There's like blockades on the streets. Like you can't just like drive past that mirrored giant ball that they built. And all
That's
that.
still there from Foxconn, right? But
Anyway,
this will be the site for, one of these data centers that was announced well ahead of this. They're already talking about, and you heard in the news, arguing about a similar style facility in Ozaukee County. That would be Port Washington, city of, town of, and they're debating who gets to annex what and whether this should be built either. But nonetheless, we're talking about these, and one of the reasons that we like them in Wisconsin is Wisconsin's perfect for them because our climate works. We're insulated from, your major natural disasters, wildfires, hurricanes, earthquakes, right? We don't have a lot of that. We have a huge fresh water source in Lake Michigan because you got to take a lot of water to cool these facilities. But what else do you need?
They have to produce a lot of electricity, and we'll make it possible for them to get that production done very easily.
So that's how I tie it back into our discussion of nuclear. There's a proposal from a couple of state lawmakers, including State Senator Julian Bradley of New Berlin. They want to commission a study that will look at adding more nuclear power plants in the state. According to WisPolitics.com, they are also looking at developing a siting study to consider where those plants might be built. We do have that one nuke plant. It's in Two Rivers. It's called Point Beach. There was one in Kewaunee that was decommissioned a couple of years ago. So we've done nuclear in the state before, and we've done it safely. But understanding that that would cause an uproar, a lot of folks' feelings one way or another over it. But these data centers are going in. Wisconsin's a perfect place for them. And outside of figuring out where you build them and all those logistics is how are you going to power them? And nuclear could be one way.
Are you telling me that this sucker is nuclear?
No. This sucker's electrical. But I need a nuclear reaction to generate the 1.21 gigawatts of electricity I need.
Coming up, CC Sabathia is going into the Hall of Fame. Eric, I said he had a cup of coffee in Milwaukee. You said he didn't even top it off.
Yeah, it's like a half a cup.
You need a warm-up, sir? No, I'm good.
I got a drive ahead of me.
Nonetheless, we claim him as one of our own, and we're going to take a look back at perhaps his most special moment here in Milwaukee. And you'll hear Bob Uecker's voice again, which is great. That's next. One more time before 9 here, Debbie.
Alrighty then. Still seeing delays from Highway 16 pretty much all the way on to 94 through the Barker Road area till about Brookfield Road. Then it lets up, only to slow down again just as you get through the zoo interchange all the way to 35th Street. At Holly Road, though, we do still have a crash off on the right shoulder. So that'll be adding to your headaches. The westbound side slowing from 27th to Mitchell Boulevard. And then we also had an accident at about Highway 100 on westbound 94. Looks like they were able to clear that one. Still seeing hefty delays southbound 43 from just before Hampton all the way down towards North Avenue. And southbound on 41 slowing from Appleton Avenue to Burleigh. Northbound's backed up just before Mayfair Road up past Burleigh almost to Capitol Drive. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Steve Scafidi is your guide through the world of politics.
I think that the risk here is we have certainly created this environment where the president is more like a dictator than a duly elected representative of the people. I think that's my fear, regardless if it's Trump or anyone else doing it. I'm not a fan of what Biden did either. I think that was disgraceful at the end.
On the Political Power Hour.
This dictator stuff is evident in the executive order he did on TikTok.
Weekday mornings from 9 to 10 on WTMJ.
6 projects in with Inspire Closets Milwaukee. That's a happy customer. My friends Katie and Dan, they'll custom design solutions for your home that will help you cut clutter, calm the chaos, and bring order to your family life. Listen to this from Margot. One of their projects was adding a desk space to the kitchen area. She wrote, "Our daughter comes home every day and completes her homework at the desk because she loves it so much. Turned out better than we could even imagine." Now, that's doing more than just making better use of space, which is also important, but it is providing workable solutions in this family's life. Bring order and function to your home and your family. Inspired days start at Inspired Closets. InspiredClosetsMilwaukee.com.
Ready for a win? Well, it's your year. At
Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, you could win over $2,000 in free play every month all year long. Just play your favorite games and you might take the stage in the It's Your Year game show. 25 winners each Thursday. There's $300,000 in cash and prizes up for grabs this January. Yeah, we think it's your year. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 years old to play.
You wake up feeling like you just boxed 12 rounds. Some wake up sweating with sore jaws, headaches, and a lot of our patients complain of brain fog. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula, and these signs, often joined with snoring, are sleep apnea symptoms. And if this sounds like you may have been in a struggle last night between you and this serious disorder. Many people aren't willing to fight back. But the fact is, you can't go through these nightly struggles without ramifications that each night chip away at your life's expiration date. I get it. You don't want to wear a CPAP mask. You may find out you don't need one. We have every effective sleep apnea solution available. And believe me, the mask is the last resort.
It's time to take action to stop your sleep struggle. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Results may vary. Most insurance accepted.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
WTMJ 5-day forecast sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. Scattered snow showers today, less than an inch of accumulation, and a high of 24 degrees, low down to 13 tonight. Thursday's high 20. Mostly sunny on Friday, high 23 for the weekend. Saturday, 36 degrees for your high temperature, just some flurries. And mostly sunny on Sunday with a high of 28. We're at 9, with wind chills still in the double digits below zero.
October 2008, the headline in the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel read, Keg Party. Sabathia finishes what he started. CC Sabathia, who started 17 games for your Milwaukee Brewers in his 19-year career.
Can't believe it was only 17.
It was like you said, it's a half a cup of coffee with us. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame, or at least voted into the Hall of Fame on Tuesday night. He'll be inducted this summer. And in honor of that, we wanted to bring you this, a look back to that game that turned him into a legend.
What a day for Sabathia. Final game, season on the line.
It was the final game of the year in 2008 when the Brewers needed a win to get a chance at making the postseason. It was their ace, CC Sabathia, who would do the job.
Here it is, swinging a bouncer, double play ball. JJ, second relay.
It was probably the best day I've had in the big leagues.
Former Brewers play-by-play man Jim Powell, now with the Braves.
You know, seeing CC Sabathia go out there yet again and dominate an opponent, beating the 97-win Cubs to essentially clinch things. We had to sit around and wait for the Marlins to beat the Mets.
It's over. It's over, Jim. Here they come to the clubhouse, and the Brewers have won. They are going to the playoffs.
And that was really part of what made that day so special, was Miller Park just completely jammed with people, nobody leaving, everybody waiting for the Marlins to finish off the Mets, and then the Brewers had finally made the playoffs, and the place was just going crazy, and we were doing the same.
It's absolute chaos down here, Uke. It is champagne everywhere. It's like somebody has turned the shower on.
And a new era of Brewers baseball was born.
All of the players are soaked, a scene that we have not seen here in 26 years, and now 6 bottles of champagne turned over the head of one CC Sabathia.
I remember getting the ground ball and like throwing my arms up and turning around and seeing Kendall coming towards me, but that was it after that.
Congrats, CC. We know you mean more to us than we mean to you, but just please mention Milwaukee in your speech.
I bet he will. I bet he will.
WTFJ's Political Power Hour. Up next with Steve Scafidi.
You left for Frisco in your
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
United Performing Arts Fund looks to bounce back in 2025 after a 13% decrease in fundraising last year. In total, the nonprofit raised $9.2 million in 2024. First Federal Bank of Wisconsin has hired from within for its next president. The Waukesha-based bank promoted its chief financial officer, Steve Wiershem, to its top role on Tuesday. A snack bar has opened in downtown Milwaukee on Water Street. Junior Snacks will be open for breakfast, offer all-day snacks, and even have late-night options. I'm Drew Dawson from MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
Feeling the winter chill even inside your house? WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here. Let me help you with that. We're talking today with Jeff Baer. He is owner of USA Insulation. USA to the rescue, Jeff. First things first, how often do you find working with existing homeowners that their homes are not properly insulated?
All the time, Vince. People just don't realize it. They finally look in their attic. They see they're running short there. And then we educate them on they might have some needs in their walls.
Now, do you find sometimes one area of the house needs a little more insulation, but another area is good?
On some occasions, absolutely.
But others not so much, right?
Correct. When we go out to your home, if we see that your insulation looks great, we're going to let you know that, and we're going to focus on the areas that you might have needs.
We're talking with Jeff Baer of USA Insulation of Milwaukee. All right, so what I think is so interesting about your company, Jeff, is you do it different. You get right into the walls of any exterior surface. Tell us about your innovative, highly effective